Welcome to another episode of the Sipping and Tripping podcast, where we connect with amazing people. Today's topic is a woman's expectations for a man in relationships. I am your host, Desmond Black, and the people that's sipping and tripping with me today are returning to the show are China, Amy, DW, and Chef Dennis. We had a dropout today, but it's okay. Jenna will be back on another show. So how's everybody feeling today, and how's the week going so far?
Going so far, so good. No major issues.
Okay, that's good.
It's only Tuesday. We'll see what happens.
Only Tuesday, but it's basically day 2 down. So China.
China froze.
Oh no,
Frozen.
China!
Uh-oh.
You were doing so well. She's frozen in the most amazing
I'm
position.
back.
Oh,
Oh, there she goes.
Hey.
There she is.
Yeah, for a moment it looked like Daddy was frozen too.
Are we?
Yo, this is insane.
I was in
Going
shock.
pretty good. It's only Tuesday. But it's been going
Yeah.
pretty good. It's been going pretty good. I'm working on this new routine, and I'm kind of getting it down, so it's going pretty good.
That's good. And you know what's crazy? I was trying to get this printer to work before. It didn't want to work. And now it's printing mad shit. I'm gonna have to cancel that shit.
It's good. Print like 40.
I know. I gotta cancel this. Hold on.
You're never gonna be able to.
I hope
just-
I hope.
Let it print out and then unplug it.
And we have a lot of paper airplane material.
Oh yeah.
I just clicked on cancel. Oh, okay. It said, "Are you sure?" Yes. Please
Yeah.
stop.
And then all of a sudden the stream ends.
Terrible. But shit. 1 second, guys. Bear with me. Now that it's printing, I'm just. All right. Let's see. So, anyways, okay. On this platform, I like to conversate, educate, and entertain. So we're gonna get right into the topic, and I can't wait to hear from China since she said she was against the topic. She said it sounded like this is the He-Man Woman Hater Club, and it has nothing to do with that. But we gonna get right into it though. But first, let me ask you, China, why did you feel that way?
Because one,
Because
it was the initial delivery, but two, it's just also a lack of accountability in there, a lack of respect in there. So it's just one of those things. But I can break that down
lack of accountability, huh?
and respect.
But isn't that what we're asking? The lack of accountability and respect?
No,
Right?
because I understand, but there is the other side to it. So it just
But aren't we talking about one side?
yes, and that's the first opinion I'm gonna give, and then I'm gonna get into where y'all got me messed up at.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Got you all turned around.
She was
When
like,
you put that all together, that makes the whole thing.
She's ready to flip it. She's ready to flip it. He's like, but y'all.
So before I get into anything, right? Let me ask DW first. Like, right? Do you think that a lot of women have unreasonably high expectations for a man or for a relationship?
Most. They want this most amazing fairy tale situation of, okay, I want you to take care of absolutely everything, but I also want you to let me go out and do everything. And I want to go out and party. I want to be lusted after, but you can't be jealous or upset about it because that makes you insecure. And, we want you to pay for everything for us, but we want to make money, but we're not going to give you none. The entire thing. I'm like,
Chef,
What is your question, sir?
repeat.
do you think that it's a lot of women out there that have unreasonably high expectations for a man or for a relationship?
Well, it's possible. Yeah.
What do you mean possible? I said, what do you think? Do you think there's a lot of women out there that their expectations are extremely unrealistic and high?
I mean, You see, when you ask me a question like that, it's slippery slope. So I'm not gonna just tell you.
Yeah,
yes
that
or
man
no.
got a wife. He not
Nah,
finna get in
it don't got to do.
trouble.
No. Hold on,
Yeah.
it don't have nothing to do with the wife. It don't
Yeah,
have nothing to do with the wife.
man.
What
So
happens
it's-
is
shit.
because it's a slippery slope. You can't just say yeah or no because it's a possibility. Listen, it could go either way. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why I said it's a slippery slope. So it's not a yes or no answer. It's not because
But see, but you already know on this platform, I like to get into it, right? I like thought-provoking conversations. So
all right, but
if it's a slippery slope, let's
Yeah.
get into that. Let's
All
talk
right,
about
so
why
the
that
reason
slope
why
is slippery.
let's look at the circumstance. Let's look at the two individuals, the
Mhm.
background of those two individuals. Now you go. So guess what? You talk about expectations. Look at the background of the two people. All right, like, you know me, I'm faith based. So look, if they not on that type of wave, now that you talk about something different, now their expectation is something different in a relationship towards a marriage. So that's what I'm saying. That's why I say it's a slippery slope because expectations is everything. So somebody that comes in with the expectation of saying, you know what, I want this and that, and they not bringing that to the table. So of course they gonna have this expectation because they not used to that. But if you used to something, you making your own money, bringing your own thing, and then you want somebody that's gonna come into your life that's gonna add value to your life. That's the difference. You that's a big difference. All right, so the lady got a good job, you got a good job. Now you're coming together. See what I'm saying? So now it's no unbalanced. It's balanced. I got a good job, you got a good job. I'm making 100, you making 100, or 150. I'm making 100. Now it's balanced.
Right.
It's vice versa. But if it's not like that, of course it's unbalanced. Of course, a woman gonna come into a relationship with these high expectations because she don't have that to bring to the table. She's looking for security. You have a good job. She don't. She got a job, but it's not as good as yours. So of course she's gonna have higher expectations because she wants more, and she's not willing to go out there and make that.
So all right, the whole point I was making is unreasonably, right? Like because when you talk about a relationship, right? Like you talk about a balance, it should be a balance. It's supposed to be a partnership, it's supposed to be a team. It's not supposed to be, it's no I in team, right? Like it's not about what the other person makes and what you can gain from that person. Because if that's the case, you might as well be out there in the streets instead of talking about being in a relationship.
That's why I said I didn't say gain. I said add value. Add.
No, I know, and like I said, I'm really going to dive into it, but I want to hear from the ladies first. So like Amy, for me to say, or any man to say that there's so many women out there that have unreasonably high expectations, what do you say to that?
So sometimes it's not even expectations. It's just needing to have, how do I want to say this? It's not an expectation so much as it's you want the same level of energy and respect brought into your relationship that you're going to put into it. Can that person give you those same attributes? And on the flip side of that coin, there are plenty of guys that have way higher expectations of their female partners than the females have of them.
That's false. That's cat. That's cat.
Yeah.
No,
That's
it's
cat.
not.
It took zero time to flip it back to men.
No,
It took-
No,
it took
what
zero
I'm saying-
time.
What I'm saying is there are both sides. That's why there's so much turmoil. One person thinks the other one has such high expectations, and then the other one thinks that the other one has such high expectations, instead of communicating that I'm not a fairy tale dipwad princess. I have a mind of my own. I don't expect you to be Prince Charming all the time. I know that life happens. Like, sit down, have real conversations. That's how you knock down all these quote unquote high expectations that you think someone already has. Change your mindset before you come into that relationship. It's a new relationship. It's a new conversation. It's not going to be the same. And if it is, get the fuck out.
All right, but look, check this out though. You said men have higher expectations than women.
There's higher pressure on women than there is on men.
All right, so
No.
I'm gonna
Hell
say
Yes,
something.
there
It's
is.
three. Look, it's
A
three
man
men up
don't
here.
even gotta be attractive.
We
Oh,
have to
what?
look our
That's
we
a
have
lot.
to look our best
Stop.
all the time.
I was
We
getting ready
have
to say
kids
that.
we have to take care of and make them look good all the time. We have the house that we have to
Hey,
that's our
hey,
pride in things.
I make
So we do
myself
have a
look good.
higher expectation because
I-
there's
I-
been such a June Cleaver mentality put on women that The dude has to come home and be like, "Hey, I'm home. Sit down. Dinner's ready. House is clean. Kids are minded." There's
That's
a higher
old.
expectation
Look,
on
look,
us.
that's-
Look
that's
at social
old.
media.
That's old though. That's the
But-
old
No, it's not old. It
But
is
on
still
top of
very
that, do you
valid
know what?
today.
Do you know what the men did during the day then?
Yeah,
what did
they
the
went
men
out
do?
and worked, but in this
We
reality,
went out
we
and,
have
and
to work,
killed ourselves for
cook,
the money.
clean, and everything on top of that
We
too.
killed that. Stop.
Yeah, we-
Slight
We
work. That's
do.
child's play. That's child's play.
But listen, first of all, hold on. Because
get it.
who is the king of the jungle?
the lion.
The lion. Who does the hunting?
The
The
lion.
lioness.
The
No.
lioness.
No.
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely. Google it right
Google
now,
what?
please.
It's the
Who
men's
does the
job to
hunt?
stay home and protect the pride.
No.
The king stays
See,
and
no.
protects the pride. The
No.
lion stay and protect the pride, and the women go and hunt. Google it, please.
No.
So
fine.
what you're saying is that
The lion-
men are more
The lion.
inclined to take care
No, I'm
of.
just saying
things?
women have just actually done all of the things that a man goes out and does. There are women soldiers. There are women everything. So, and there are women hunters. And I really want you to Google that for real.
Google what?
But so
The
it's
lion
just
and the
saying a
lioness.
woman
Google
is
it.
saying we appreciate you for going out there and risking your life. I will also do the same thing. If I am in the position to where I have to go out there and risk my life,
So-
I will.
I googled it. Lionesses are in the pride are used for speed and agility and teamwork for smaller, quicker things, but the males are used for larger prey that are more damaging, like buffalo and giraffe. So they're both useful.
Also, they both.
Yeah,
No.
they both do it. So if a lioness is for like rabbits and like coyotes and stuff like that, and like maybe gazelles, but they want something big, then the male lions go out and they take down the big thing. Also, the men lion they defend the territory from rival prides. They'll kill other rival prides. So they're doing a lot. Also, but in the hunting, they both do hunting. It just depends on
Right.
who.
But women are also doing a lot because if they come run up on our pride and everybody at home chilling, everybody got to fight.
But look,
You ain't fighting every lion off of me.
I'm gonna
Everybody
show you
gotta
the
fight.
difference. I'm gonna show you the
But do they have
difference
to?
between the lioness and the
Yes,
lion.
what you
though.
mean?
Look, the most animals will not they will not attack the lion alone. They have to have a group. But the female lion, they will attack. It could take 2 hyenas will attack a lioness. 2 hyenas will not attack one lion. And the reason why is that because it shows the dominance in the lion. They are afraid to attack. 2 hyenas will not attack one lion, but 2 hyenas will attack the female lion. Or it's not
Okay.
even a female lion, it's
So-
a lioness. It will attack, and it shows you that is because guess what? That's just the life of circle. That's the thing about men and women. We are here on this earth to be the covering of the woman, the protection of the woman, the provider for the woman. But those things, there's a chain reaction that once we do those things, there's something that we require. Most men require from a woman, and you are the woman that shows the love, the tender care, keeping the house warm, making the house warming, and making it loving. But we provide for you, and that's the chain reaction that we require from a woman. And guess what? And we supposed to respect you and honor you as well as you supposed to do the same thing. And so that's the chain reaction. We are the covering. We go out there and
I feel like the way I've described it is that men are supposed to protect your physical and women are supposed to protect our emotional. So that way we go out there and destroy the world and we go out there and rebuild it and do all stuff. Women are supposed to put us back together so we can go out and do it again.
But we
What
also
you
need
mean, man?
someone to
You ain't
protect
supposed to
our
let no
emotions,
woman,
too. It shouldn't be
Exactly,
a
because
right
that's
and
what-
right.
That's
gotta
what I
take
was
care of your
just
own
gonna
mental
say.
state. I'll say that
Go ahead,
That
again.
Simon.
example of the 2 hyenas, how the fact that 2 hyenas will attack one lioness for we all have common sense. The viewers have common sense, but for the people that don't, in that example is a perfect example for people to understand why the woman should be dealt with more fragilely, why she is more,
Why she should
you
be
should
protected?
be handled more gently. She is a target, a easy target. That's the thing about being a woman. You are a easy target.
And that's why men should be protecting.
That's why I said we are
Yes,
the
so
covering.
yeah. So the expectation comes from that fear alone as a woman. You see how I just tied that in there? Imagine being that easily accessible and easy when you're that easy to handle as a
But is
woman.
but is that what's happening now? Are
No.
women all fragile and dainty and everything, or is it more that the women are trying to be men and they're trying to be boss
Trying to be
babes
boss.
and they're
Bingo.
trying to become men and I can do this, I got the bag, I don't need you, we don't need no
Mhm.
man.
You
And
know
then
why we have to?
Yeah.
No, you
Have
don't
to?
have
Because
to.
we've had
Have
so
to?
many guys make us have to.
But
No.
We've been,
Amy,
yes, I
but
have been
no.
in plenty of
Amy,
relationships
but Amy,
where I
just
have
don't
not
blame
had
that on
a
the
guy
man.
that, no,
Hold on.
Oh.
Wait, doesn't that go back to one of the questions
Hold on, let her finish.
without blaming a man?
can
We're
I,
gonna get to
can
that
I
though. That's
finish?
later. That's
Okay,
later.
okay.
Yeah. Go ahead, Amy. Go ahead.
Go ahead,
It's
sorry,
the
Amy.
same retrospect. How you guys tell us we expect too much. How many times in my own personal life have I had to protect my emotions because they couldn't do that? They just, I'm the dude, I take care of the bills, you take care of everything else. I've had to protect myself in all retrospects, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically. So, yeah, it does make me have a different, set of expectations for my next relationship. But same thing for guys. If they haven't been treated well, where they went out and they've provided and their partner has not taken care of them mentally, emotionally, physically, that's going to change everything. It's all just a bad reaction of we bring old things into new relationships. We bring our jadedness, we bring our hurt, we bring all of that in here. And I'm not trying to act like we're not trying to act like a man. We're just trying to protect ourselves and do what we need to do.
All right.
So basically,
trying to be a
you're
dude.
you're trying to protect yourself like a man should be protecting you.
Because I have been
So you're trying to
failed.
you're trying to take
I'm
over the
not
role of
trying
being
to-
the man.
I'm not trying to be the man.
No,
I don't need a
listen.
man to take care of me.
Y'all,
There and
we are
there.
grown adults. If
I can take
but
care of
listen,
myself. I want a
Exactly.
man
That's
to help
all.
with me, but if I can't find that, then I can do that on my own. And I'm not being hateful. I'm not being jaded. I'm not throwing shade.
So then
I'm
what should
doing I
a
have to
man
do.
then what should a man be in order to be with you?
We need
what
to have
sh-
a partnership. Like we need to be able to communicate with each other.
What else? Just only communication? It could be Quasimodo as long as you communicate? Or
No, like we need to know, hey, what's our financial goal? What's our long-term plan? It's not just a one-night stand. It's not just a situationship. It's something you have to build on. It's starting at ground zero.
so the man has to make money?
I mean, he doesn't have to.
But let's
It would be nice if he could afford to help take care of stuff, but if he's in a transitional period, I can take care of some stuff on my own.
But let's be
Here's
real
the
though.
thing,
In other
though, y'all.
And how long will you do
We
that?
We are grown adults. What is wrong with expecting somebody to come in and be able to consistently contribute to bills? You are a grown men think women doing everything on their own is them trying to man up. I am an adult who wants things in life, who has necessities. I have children with or without a man. We need a roof. I need
With or
clothes.
without a
I gotta
man.
pay these
With
bills.
or without a
I'm not
man.
trying to be a man, but I gotta live. I gotta survive. I gotta feed them.
How you have children without a man?
No, she said
She's
I'm saying, I have
That's not what
taking
she
care of a
if
child without a
single
man.
Mother,
Single mom.
if
I
a
got
single
you.
mother,
I got you.
but still, like, it's not a woman trying to be a man. It's just that I'm a grown adult and I have to survive in everyday life. So don't look at me like I want to be handled like I am and here's another thing. If I go into that job and I am the boss, because 9 times out of 10 for a woman, that's what it be. If I go into a job and you know that I am the boss, you're gonna have to do a little better in calming that down when I get off work. Or if you already set the tone for that, it wouldn't be a problem. But don't let my confidence affect your insecurities because as a woman, I can provide for
Insecurities.
myself without you.
All right, so look, that's the problem right there. That's the major problem right there. See, you say about expectations, but let's look at it like this. You have to have a foundation first. And what is that foundation built on? So we all are, I'm just going to say, I ain't saying everybody's age. We all 40 now. So your mindset is different now. So guess what? There you have an expectation, and that expectation, guess what? Before you have an expectation at 40 years old, you have to make sure that everything that you doing for yourself and your kids and family is at top, at the best. You can't look for something greater than that and say, because guess what? First of all, the man is not, a real man is not going to look for a woman that doesn't even meet where he's at. Not because of her beauty. See, when you're looking at a foundation, your foundation, you both got to be on the same plane. You can't be lower and or higher and then think that okay, it's going to be good. It's going to be unbalanced. And so that's why we talk about, I ain't going to get real religious on you, but that's why we talk about evenly yoked, because it has to have some type of balance. Women want men that going to provide, right? But what do they bring to the table? Or do they have the same finance to bring to the table? No, they don't. And so now, look, they want that. But what are you bringing? Is it because you have something between your legs? That's it? No. Because you cook? No. That's what. So let's start there. It has to be an even playing. So you looking for a man to be a provider, but guess what? What did you do? And what are you doing to provide for yourself and your circumstance or your situation? That's why women have that expectation, because guess what? They didn't have the willpower to say, you know what? This ain't no knock to nobody that's here on the platform, but they have an expectation. But guess what? Are they working towards what they need to be better? That's the thing.
The gold diggers. The gold diggers.
Come
on. Gold diggers, Dan. Adam.
Yeah, you're right. I just want to go to this comment real quick. It says society have women feeling like they don't need a man and the son don't need his dad. Right? And then it says right here it says don't no man want no manly woman, right?
Exactly.
Don't no woman want no womanly man.
That's a lie. That's a lie.
No,
y'all listen. Hold on. So women these days are confused because they want to be alphas, right? And if you're an alpha, you can't have two alphas, right? So
talk to me.
They want to play the role of alpha, and they want to turn their man into the feminine, right? Because they want control, they want that power, and guess what? They want to walk all over that man. But then on the outside, when people criticize, then they sit there and say, "This weak ass man, I could do better by myself." But when you behind closed doors, you belittle him, you degrade him, you dehumanize that man because you don't want him to be the alpha. You want to be the alpha, and that's why a lot of relationships don't work.
You talking about a little girl though? I thought you was talking about women. Like
I'm talking about women.
It's a difference. The same way when women, and I mean little girls, like mentally, like she's just not there yet. I understand you looking at a 30, 40 something year old woman, but her actions are showing you she's still 16. Like I feel like that's what a lot of what it is for me.
Yeah, well, the problem is that
I had to tell one of my cousins, like, bro, if she over 30 and she acting like that still, you might as well hang that up. Like,
yeah, well, she's gonna be alone, or she's just gonna be party favors because there's no man gonna just lock into that and stay with them because they've already gone past all their good child support is they knew man.
But okay, so
instead of keeping a man, they just want the money.
Here's the thing, but here's the thing with that though. That is something that was done to us as a people by the government. So we're making it harder for men to access jobs and then giving women benefits that support them and their family if and only if the main condition is there cannot be a man physically present in their home. So that's
you're talking about welfare state.
Yeah, that's going to create the confidence for women. That's where the mindset came from. I don't need a man. If I can get us fed, clothed, keep a house over us, and we still in here happy, and I don't have to deal with any extra I don't need a man.
Well, that
because
sounds
it's already-
lazy. That sounds
Can't you look at it that way?
lazy. No, that's lazy. You want someone else to take care of you,
Wait.
and instead of being a man, it's just going to be the state.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, you're just
the person that is
suckling off
supposed to
of the.
be taken care of. Since the beginning of time, a woman was supposed to be taken care of. So as the person who was supposed to be being provided for, regardless of if I'm doing it or if somebody else is doing it.
Yeah, that just goes back to laziness. It's just easier to sit back and just get money from the state. Just easier instead of doing the hard work to actually go out, do the work nonstop, make the money, pay all the bills, and do that. It's just easier to just sit around and just collect the money and make sure that a man's not around. So that way the state will definitely give you the money. It's a shortcut to a lazy life, and it doesn't.
Yeah.
It's not rewarding.
That's definitely what that start. But that's how the dependency on it created though, because it became a thing. People
So
became
welfare,
lazy.
so welfare
Became
and
dependent.
stuff like that should be removed. So that way, that's not an option.
No,
Amy,
'cause
that'll
it's
force
it's
people-
already something within us as a people, and let's get this understood.
Amy,
This
you all
money
right?
is not coming from thin air. This money is not coming out of they tell. You know what I'm saying? These people this is something that we're giving back to them.
Yeah, but where welfare comes from every man, instead of just one
Exactly.
man, it comes from all of us. So we're all paying for your bills at the
So
same
why
time.
not? But I'm saying at the same time, life happens.
You think child
Life
support
happens.
helps us? You
Child
think
support help who?
us?
Men,
When you say us, you mean men?
Yeah,
Why would it
I'm
help
asking you,
us?
China. China,
It do.
What?
It do have programs to help men. It has fatherhood
No,
programs.
I'm not talking about. No,
No.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the whole thing about child support. Do you think is beneficial for us?
It's taking care. It's prioritizing. It's financially prioritizing your child, not benefiting them.
All right, so look, I'm
Because this
I had
person
a
has to
session.
live.
No, look, I had a session on that. The reason I asked you that is because do you feel like a man that has children that do not take care of their children should go to prison or jail because they don't pay child support?
Nope.
No,
But they do.
I was raised
But they-
by a
but they
single
do.
man.
but that's what happens.
That's what happens when a man don't pay child support
They
and
go
they
to
on
prison.
child support, they go to jail.
Yeah.
And guess
But
what?
understand
And that-
though, that is because this money is coming from the state. This becomes an issue between
No.
a man
No,
and
child
the
support
state.
doesn't come from the
will
state.
pay money.
No, listen.
No.
But the thing about the reason why I asked you that is because guess what? People that go to jail and prison, they commit a crime.
Mhm.
They commit a crime. But a person that does not take care of his child is not a crime. They made it that way. That's not a crime.
If a mother
Because-
don't take care of her child, if I leave these kids in this house right now, I'm going to
Well,
jail.
I'm gonna tell you, Chef, that it's a crime because you were court ordered to do a certain thing and you're not following a court order. That's where the crime comes
Or
in.
beyond
No,
that,
that's
listen
not-
to me.
no,
I
that is
got
not a
2
crime.
kids upstairs. If I leave
If-
these kids, if I leave my 4-year-old and my 1-year-old in this
Hey,
house right now,
China.
and I go on vacation, I'm going to jail.
Yeah, but that's different.
Well, it's abandonment.
That's abandonment.
Yeah, that's abandonment. See, now
that's
we're talking about
that's
two
not
different
child
things now.
support. We said
But I'm
child
saying
support.
though, what's the issue? If you're not in that child's life and you not paying child support, that's abandonment.
Hey, No.
No.
Hold
Well,
on.
one parent has to be there.
Hold on. Let me tell you something. Let me say something. Daddy got to speak now.
Who daddy?
Fucking.
Who's that? Amy, you gotta kick in because Daddy's gotta talk.
Amy, what you doing? Hey,
Amy,
hold on.
Amy's gotta join in.
What's going on? Where you at?
She's drawn.
Yeah, see, where you
No,
at,
I
Amy?
got
We
you.
want you
I
in here.
No,
I got you. I got a question.
I'm good.
Okay.
So if a man don't take care of their child, that's morally wrong. But being a crime is not. It is not. It does not fit the definition or the criteria of a crime. It is not. Now, if you leave the kids home alone and something happened, or you abuse them, then that becomes a crime. Not taking care of your kids is morally wrong, but it is not a crime.
Not a crime.
It is not criminal.
Well, no, I'm trying to explain to you that you're right. That is right. It's not a crime, but if you don't go through the courts and you just have a verbal agreement between the mom and the father, and you decide you're not going to pay, you're not going to jail because there was never a court involved. Once you involve a court and there's a court order for child support, a judge has told you you have to pay this, and that is where the law comes in. You don't pay that, then you go to jail because you're violating violating a court order.
But hold
That's
on.
what that is.
But you said the question was, is that a crime? We're not talking about court order. No.
All right. Well, all right. If minus court, not providing money, sans court, no, that's not a crime. That's just morally a crime.
Hey.
But once there's a court, once there's a child support structure, then it becomes a crime when you don't do it.
So
it's still not a crime.
Right.
It is when you violate a court order, that's a crime.
No.
Okay, I agree. If you want to say violation, it could be a violation, but it is not a crime by no
It's
means.
a crime when you don't obey the judge's orders.
All right. So look.
So you disobey your parents. That's a crime. That's not a crime.
It's not a judge, is it? Your parents are not. Parents are not a judge. They're not a state entity.
Until you move out, your parents are the judge and jury.
Well, morally, sure.
Yeah.
And that's what we're saying. Morally, if you don't take care of your kids, it's morally wrong.
Yes, and I'm trying to show you the distinction between morally doing it and through courts.
No,
yes, morally, if you don't do it, there's no consequences. But if you go through a court, then there's legal consequences.
But AD,
okay,
AD, look, check this out though. So watch this. I'm pointing this out because I want to show to the ladies. But look, also when that man goes to prison for non-child support, right? You know they still got to pay fees on top of So guess what? That's a business.
Jeopardy.
That's a business. So that's
like
why
credit.
They say, oh, you standing here, so now you got to pay while you in there. Then when you get out, you still got that bill. And guess what? And I have a friend. Now watch this. This is why I says you gotta be mindful when you talk about child support. And I brought it up because she brought it up. Is because guess what? A friend of mine, mother, passed, right? She was on child support. Guess what? She had to pay child support. That debt that she had diminished. The man didn't get the child support anymore. It's a business.
What?
I
don't know if I followed that.
The woman passed, right? She was paying child support.
So the mother.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, who she paying child support to?
She must have been paying it to whoever was taking care of the child.
The dad.
The dad.
Then if it's with the dad, then it would be to the dad. Yeah.
Okay, so guess what? Now, what happens to when she passed? Where the money? Is she supposed to get child support? How is it getting child support? They stopped giving it.
Well, of course they stopped giving it. There's no longer a source.
Then they apply for. They still get a monthly check though.
No.
Which you have
They
to
get
apply
survivor.
for.
They get
No.
survivor benefits.
Yes.
It's called survivor benefits.
With two girls getting that because their daddy died in a car wreck. Yes.
Mm-hmm. I know somebody who's the same thing. The father passed away. They got survivor benefits. It was money from the state.
Not in New Jersey.
Yes, this person's in New Jersey.
What? Not. Well, I guess that's something new then, because when that happened with them, it was he didn't get no money at all.
I'm not sure.
He probably just didn't know to ask for it.
Yeah, you got to ask for specific things. They're not going to offer it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe that's
We are so off topic.
Yeah, I don't know who Saeed is, but
hey, I'm gonna keep it real with you. The child it triggers something. It triggers something because I really did. I'm being honest. The child
I understand though, because my mama is like $25,000 behind on child support. Like she can't even get her driver's license right now because she's so far behind on child support with me. And the only reason she's not on child support no more for any of my siblings is because they don't all
they all grown out.
So
they older than me, so my stuff is still kind of like affecting her.
So this thing, I was 1,000% about to move on, but I just want to comment on that. So this is the thing: when people go to jail for non-payment of child support or whatever, or as you said with your mom, whatever, with the whole suspending the license, that's a deterrent, right? It's supposed to rehabilitate you, but it does the opposite. So you take the license, how they gonna get around? How you expect them to go get a job and make money?
Right.
By suspending them, it makes no sense. And then locking them up. What does locking people up do? Because now you lock them up because they wasn't paying child support, but now you lock them up. Now they really can't pay child support.
So then, what should they do? What should be the consequence?
All right. So
unfortunately, it's a shitty situation, and life sucks.
If no consequences, then everyone will just do whatever they want.
But
they do it anyways,
right?
They do it
that's
anyways.
why it's important that we talk about. Look, our topic is about relationship. That's why it's important getting to know the individual that you about to get in bed with. You know what I'm saying? It's
I
really
agree.
important.
I agree.
It's really important to get to know that, because guess what? These things happen, and we live in this time now. We see it happen, and not me, not you guys up here, but people still do it. They need to hear conversations like this, because guess what? This is what can occur, and we need to know. Let the young generation know. Don't listen just because he look good, she look good. You got to know. Listen, do I need to have children with this person? I might have children. So guess what? Practice being abstinent.
Be mindful.
You know what I'm saying? That's why it's important. But we just go on and say, "Oh, she look good."
With that shit.
No, but that's the problem.
You can't.
Yeah.
You can't. But those are the problems that causes children to have mental issues, women to have mental breakdowns. Not only mental breakdowns, it caused them to go into this, I'm the boss, and that's why we have that boss chicks talking about I'm the boss, because men come into their life and do stuff to them. Now they're like, you know what, I'm gonna get this, I'm gonna do this.
So
I'm gonna be a boss.
Do you think it's a high expectation to have a man not on child support?
My baby daddy not on child support.
I was trying to bring it back to the topic of high expectations.
No, hold on. So I'm gonna go into the comments right quick. So Saeed,
it's been sitting there for a while.
He said, women do this because they're mental and emotionally scared, so they do this to bury you, right?
That was so far back. I don't know what that's in reference to.
All right, I got you. So Jenna spoke. She said it's so important to make sure the man or woman you are laying down with are actually want kids and have the right mentality to raise kids. So to that, I agree.
And
before you even get to that point, go ahead, D. Go ahead, read that comment.
No. Oh, okay. It said, nah, you just gotta pay. Stay on top of your child support. It's your job now, not only because that's your child, but now you gotta protect your livelihood.
That's right. You gotta do twice as much work.
Exactly. Listen, look, ladies, I'm a guy who paid child support, and then I didn't pay child support. So that's why I said it triggered, because guess what? I was wrong, bro. I'm a great father. You know what I'm saying? But they took my license. You know what I'm saying? I had to go down to the other state to get them unrevoked. I had to do all that. I'm like, for what? And I'm paying. Y'all taking the money out of my check. You see what I'm saying? They said, oh, you still, we gonna revoke your license. I had to do all that. And then once I showed them that I'm paying, I had to go down there, clear all that up. To do what? To pay child support? You know what I'm saying? That's my whole thing. Child support is not for. It ain't.
No, unfortunately, it is a flawed system. It's sort of like if somebody's too poor to do something, and then they're reprimanded for not doing something right, and then in court they're like, yeah, well, guess what? You need to pay this fine, but you were too poor to have the money in the first place, so we're going to tack this fine on top of that, so you really can't afford it now, and it's just going to be it's a
like you said,
snowball effect.
Boop, boop, that's it.
So let me run it back to the topic. So I want to hear from Amy. So I'm gonna ask this question to you, Amy. Hi, Amy.
Amy, there you go. We want to see that.
There we go.
I don't know if we said something that got you all down low. We want you in. Come on, bring it in.
Yeah, air hug.
Everybody give us an air hug.
Everyone air hug. Air hug, Amy.
Welcome back to the conversation, girl.
Yeah, we want to see that smile. Let me see the pearly whites.
So, all right. So, Amy, here's the question
Nice.
for you. Isn't it unrealistic to expect your partner to always know how you feel, or to instantly be available whenever you need them?
No.
Yes, for both sexes.
I love how you said this, but okay.
That was quick. That was good.
Because when I asked, I was talking about women, and then she kind of shut me up. She was like, both sexes. I was like, okay.
Damn it.
I mean, so you agree that it's unrealistic, though, right?
For both sexes, yes.
And China?
What's the question again?
I said, isn't it unrealistic to expect your partner to always know how you feel, or to instantly be available whenever you need them?
Yeah, that's too much.
He says too much. So, but most women.
All right, so split it up.
Look, most women, that's what they expect out of a man. For instance, let's say, Chef, He likes to play his PS5, his Madden, right? His wife want his their quality time, right? And not even use him as an example, but a lot of women they want their man to be underneath them all the time. But when they choose to, and then when a man accept that, and the man say, and they embrace that, oh, I want to be up under you. Then the woman say, you smother me, back up. But that's the expectation that a lot of women have. Oh, you rather be doing that when I'm sitting right here? Why you on the phone? Oh, why you were just with your boy yesterday? Why you talking to your boy? They expect you to be underneath them 24/7. You know what I'm saying? So that's unrealistic. Huh?
Can I give my opinion and actually get to finish?
Oh yeah,
Amy, yes, she's back in the fight.
Let's go, Amy.
Go.
So this is coming from my own experience. I'm not generalizing this. I have been in a long-term relationship where I was expected to give all of my time and my attention to this partner. But when I needed that, I could not get that. I could not get time away for myself. I could not get time together with them unless it was to do something for them or to them. But I was in the wrong for it.
Oh, so it was a me.
So that is why I come from the place that I come from, that both sexes, it's not just women that feel like they have to have all the attention for their partner. There are plenty of men that they very much are like, I need to be your sole focus. I don't want you to have any other activities, any other hobbies. Like, I need to be your main focus.
Hey, so Amy, no, I got it. So Amy, my dear friend, hold on, I got it. You can piggyback after me, my dear friend. To that, I'm gonna say this: that man was not the right man for you. Number one, and number two,
that's why he's no longer here.
Good.
Okay, and he was not with you to be with you. He was with you to be dominant and to be controlling. He had control issues. He was a narcissist. All those things, right? So for you to give your all to him, and him not to be reciprocated. I don't know why y'all laughing, because I feel like I know why y'all laughing, but
don't keep
we're not gonna do that.
Keep going. We're words of wisdom.
Go, come on, man.
So that man was there for power, right? That's it, and that's what the problem is. So men do not have unreasonably high expectations. Men are simple. We're basic, right? And for the most part, we all the same. Now, there are men out there that want control and they want to be dominant, and they're not with the person because of love. They with them because they look at them as an object, as a financial gain, things of that nature. So that's what it sounds like you was dealing with here. You wasn't dealing with a man that had high expectations. He used you for a tool or something. I don't know. That's what it sounds like. I mean, obviously I wasn't.
He used you as a security blanket. That's what he did.
Yeah, I'm saying
that's what he did.
That person wasn't for you.
He was for himself, and you were just in his orbit.
You strong.
You agree? You agree with
Imagine what that do to a person. So when you talk about high expectations, after experiencing something like that.
Now, after experiencing something like that, I do have a set of guidelines now. And for some people, they think that's too much. Expecting the bare minimum out of someone and the exact same respect out of someone else that you're pouring into them is not a high expectation. It's not unrealistic expectations. It is asking for the same respect.
Well, I don't think that's an unrealistic one. I think what we're more saying is that we have to be 6 foot and we have to make, 6 figures and we have to have a 6-pack.
And that's not every woman.
Of course it's not.
Plenty of women that I know that you look at them and you look at their partner and you're like, one of these things is not like the other. And I'm very much a vibe over visual person. Don't care if you stand up and I'm like eye level with your belly button. Do you have a good heart? Do you have a good personality? Right. Can you treat me like a human being and like an equal? If you can answer those questions, we're going to get along just fine.
Right. And I feel you, Amy, because I know you a little bit more personal than everybody else. So like I said, I understand that. And you've come from a place of brokenness, right? And that's why you see the world and see life through a different lens. And broken people often we're forced to look at life through a different lens. You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of times I like to talk about mental health in therapy and counseling and things of that nature, because I feel like a lot of people need that, and a lot of people shun that. A lot of people refuse to get therapy because they look at themselves like something's wrong with me for thinking that I need help.
Either that, or they think that they're perfect and they don't think that they can improve.
Right.
Yeah.
But you know, it's once we don't feel broken anymore, that's when we live life to the fullest. And that's, you know what I'm saying? And that's when we look at things differently. And that's when we set the bar a little higher. Right.
Also,
So
when you let things go too, you can fly. When you let go of all the chains, then you can fly. You know, that's a hard part that everyone holds on to a lot of stuff from the past, and they let it weigh them down, and they let it change their view of the world. And that's hard because it's your personal experience. Of course, it's important. It happened to you and did that, but sometimes knowing that and experiencing it is good for your growth, but holding on and making the people of your future pay for the people from your past is not great either.
Well,
now,
I'm not saying you're doing that, Amy. I'm just saying that a lot of people do that.
I want to ask that
I'm
question.
not doing that. I've been that person that I have paid for other people's mistakes.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do the same thing
all the time
to you. If you do something that reminds me of a past situation, and it doesn't make me judge you. It just makes me look within myself and think, we need to discuss this.
Mm-hmm.
This needs to be taken care of now, because this may be something that we can't move forward with this.
Right.
Now I'm glad you mentioned the thing about communication, right? Because I was just about to say, like, as men, right, we should be able to communicate our needs and our feelings openly and respect each other's boundaries. But in today's society, right, women don't respect a man's boundaries, because the women are too busy, like I said earlier, trying to be the alpha, right? Like, you know, what like, how do y'all feel about women wanting to be the alpha in a relationship?
Never.
I mean,
I feel like it's everybody out here for somebody, because a lot of men go through life just wanting to be taken care of. So
that don't mean
somebody for
yeah,
everybody,
those are baby men.
it's always a man somewhere mooching off a woman.
But look, that's
we all know one.
But that's not the rule, though. That's the exception. That's not a rule.
When a woman takes care of a man, that's called catering. That's called catering. That ain't take you. If you want to take care of me, you catering to me. That's it. I don't want that, because guess what? Listen. I ain't bragging, and that's my brother.
But I'm talking about for the people that do.
All right, so look, anybody outside of the man, right? I'm talking about the women. If you catering to a man at his every needs, listen, you I think I'm being honest. I'm just being so honest and real. Is that's weak, that's corny, that's whack. If a woman gonna take care of a man, and man is gonna lay there and just say, you can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want, but that's corny, because guess what? We have integrity. A real man has integrity. I don't want no woman to take care of me at all. Like, my wife take care of me because, you know, we married, right? But I take care of her too. You know what I'm saying? I don't want, look, come on, man. Like, I ain't talking to the men that's on the platform. I'm talking to the men that's listening. Like, really, men, if you think that that's cool to let a woman just do everything for you and do nothing, that's corny. That's whack. I'm a real man.
Yeah.
Listen, I got integrity, and you should too. And having integrity is saying, listen, I'm gonna go out there, bust my butt, make sure my girl, my wife is good, and I'm good. Because guess what? You got to make sure you good first, and then you can take care of your wife. You got to work on you first. Without that, guess what? You can't take care of no woman. You can't even provide. You got to provide for yourself first, and then be able to provide for a woman.
But if the woman can provide financially, and the husband can stay home and help take care of things, not that be his sole job, but he can help contribute to that. Is that not something that's respectable?
No.
That you can stay home and you can take care of your children. You can help take care of the house and things. I don't think that makes it less of a man or makes him a joke. I think that's an equal partnership.
Nah.
You're
Hey,
both
so,
working together
It
for
can be,
something.
it's just flipped
because
roles.
you're not, yeah, just
Yeah.
because you're not contributing financially, who's to say that you're
Now-
not? Maybe you have a side business. But I'm
Now,
gonna tell
that's
you
great.
this right now. If I'm making
Go
the
ahead.
money and that dude that's in my room right there is not working right now, but he's here helping me take care of our house
If he's
and
cleaning and he's doing
my
stuff,
kids
and
that he has taken into his own heart, I will choose that man every single fucking day over a dude that's working another job the same that I am. Every day, hands down. Because that's a partnership.
All right, but Amy, but look, listen what you said though. You're speaking from a place of what you have experienced now. But I'm saying to you, not going. Look,
I wanted that when way before too.
But
I
going-
worked full time. My
Right.
ex-husband worked full time. He did nothing to help. He worked, came home, disappeared.
All right,
I
so-
was the one that took care of everything.
So
So
that's
to have a
messed
man
up-
that can't work right now or isn't working right now, between jobs right now, whatever the fuck you want to call it, but he's here for me and he supports me when I come home from my job and I come home and our house is taken care of and our kids are taken care of. That is what I will choose. I don't give a damn whether you can give me $5 or take me to McDonald's or whatever. You are taking care of me and you are taking
It's
care of my
actually
babies.
attractive.
That's
actually
attractive as fuck.
attractive.
I will
It's
take that over
actually
a
attractive.
GQ model.
That's
a
what y'all
doctor,
saying.
any day.
But
Hold on,
Amy,
Chef. Hold on,
Hey.
Chef. Hold on, Chef.
That's
What?
What she
old
said
school
was-
mentality. This is a man that
Yes.
is taking care of things. Just
Yeah,
because
hey,
I can't
listen.
be here during the day, I appreciate coming home and I have dinner and I show him that I appreciate that. I appreciate that he
Right.
helps me take care of my kids and I show him that.
Hey,
It's
Chef,
got to
you see
be
that
an
comment?
equal partnership. It's got to be two people that can appreciate each other and not get so conformed into gender roles.
So
All right,
that
so look.
comment right there says,
Real.
hold on, Chef. That comment
All
said a job ain't nothing but work anyways. And he said right on, it says sus, but I think he meant sis, right? Because he's agreeing with what she's saying. Because a job ain't nothing but work. So if he at home taking care of the household, he's still
That's a
putting in
job.
work.
all right,
That's
so
a job.
Let me
That's a
break
full-time
something down.
job.
Because it
Hold
is
on.
hard.
Hold on.
Because
Let me break
men know
something
they
down.
do not want to do that. Men
Hold
will
up.
tell a woman,
No,
I want you to be at home.
let's
And
keep
me
it
go
real.
provide.
Right, hold on,
A
listen.
woman,
Listen. These hands are made. This is for men. These hands are made to work.
But
I don't
hands
think-
for men. Oh shit.
I said to work. Okay,
I'm fucking with you. I'm fucking with you.
Amy, listen.
But if those hands
are
are made to work and I'm at work and I know that my washer or dryer is broken down and I've got an able-bodied man that knows how to do some shit and he does that, that's a job. That's
gonna do
doing
that after he
something
come home
to
from
help
work,
contribute.
yeah. After I
It
come home,
doesn't-
I'm gonna get.
It
on
doesn't matter. He does not have to go and sit behind a desk or push a button or screw some parts together. It's a full-time job. And see, this is where I get frustrated because stay-at-home moms, they're like, oh, you have it so easy. You get to stay home all day. Do you know what we do all day? We
Them
run
kids?
this house. We run these
Hey.
kids. We run for our husbands. We run for our partners. That is a full-ass time job. It is not we are running around getting our nails did and getting our hair done.
Hey,
It's a
so
full-time
wait, do you
job.
do
So
that?
even
Do you
for
do
a
that
guy-
every minute? You do it every minute
Yeah.
of like for
Sometimes
like.
you
absolutely,
have to.
yes.
No. So
every
you're
day.
telling me, so you
But-
never take a
wait,
break.
wait.
It's just constant
check
for
out-
12 hours straight.
Sneak a break. I have to sneak a break. Me going
You
to get
do.
my
You
nails
have
done
to sneak a break.
is me taking a break in I don't know how many weeks. You know what I'm saying? Like it's certain things like that are done because this is the only time I leave the house without these kids.
I want to read that
Think about
comment
the
right
things
there.
that women do. Women go to the grocery store.
What's this comment?
Hold up. Hey, before you say anything about that comment, hold on. I want to
see,
say this. Hold on, Amy. Hold on. I'm
Go ahead.
sorry. Look, this is what I want to say is that look, there is a reason why we have this structure. Our men have a structure because we're built to work. Okay. Yes, that's your desire. That's what you want. You want a man to just sit home and do that, right? But our bodies are structured to go out and work and hustle and bustle. That's why we built the way we are built. Traps, chest, arms, and back. We're built that way because we were meant, and we are intended to go out and work. Whatever it is, whether it's a physical job, I'm talking about going out and provide. Listen, that's part. Listen, we not meant to clean up the house and do all that stuff. We can do that. We can help, yes, but we not meant for that. We meant to go out there and provide. But if a man want to sit home all day, play the game, and clean up the house, that's cool. I'm not saying nothing wrong with that. That's what he want to do.
Hey,
But I'm talking
Chef,
about a real man
hey,
that really want to go there and be a provider for his family. I'm gonna come home. Yeah.
Chef, in Amy's defense, she never said that's what she wants.
No.
She said
That's
her
what's happening.
man. No.
She said that was happening. She said she'll take
it's
that over
happening.
anything.
He said it.
Yes. Yeah. But it's the principle. You missing what she said. She said she'll take that over the other man because he's go elaborate on that.
Yeah,
Amy. So you
my,
missing
my
Go
dude
ahead.
is hurt. He can't work right
Yeah.
now.
right.
He had a complete shoulder like reconstruction. There's not a lot he can do outside, like any kind of physical job. Even then, on top of that, when he was working, he still, if he got home before I did, he helped take care of stuff around the house. He helped take care of the kids. He helped take care of dinner. Even if that was not the case, I am so sick of society. I am so sick of the guy can't do this, the girl can't do that. If I'm going out and I can provide, if he is home, that doesn't mean he's not providing something. He is still providing a safe space, a safe home. He is still going out doing things I cannot do during the day because I am working. I don't see that as weak. I appreciate that. It's a partnership. I hate gender roles so much because that's why there are so many hurt and bitter people out there, because the woman's been beat down because she's only supposed to do this and do that. The man's been beat down because he's only supposed to do this and do that. Obliterate that stuff. Treat each other like human beings and have real conversations with each other. Like I said, I don't care if I'm home, I do that stuff while he's at work, or vice versa. It's a partnership.
All right, so
Right.
I'm presenting
glad,
that
hold
front.
on. I'm glad she said that because I had a podcast episode yesterday, and Larry that I had on, he was talking about he offered gender roles and he wanted to be back the way it was. And what I told him was this, and he disagreed, but I told him people that focus on gender roles want control. They're control freaks, and you cannot succeed. You can't have a successful relationship when you seek control. When you sit there and say, I'm doing this, and that's your job. So that's what I expect you to do every day. You are a control freak, and you cannot expect that woman to want you or love you or be there for you 100% if you got control issues.
Look, Amy, I want to show you something. Look, when I come home from work, my wife is still at work. I get off at noon every day, right? Guess what? If dishes in the sink because we was too tired to do it, I go home and wash the dishes. Guess what? If anything that like she tell me to fix something, I work just like she work. I go home, she be like, "Oh, babe, I need you to fix this." I go do it. You know what I'm saying? But so I'm speaking for the men that saying, listen, you go out there and work and still do those things. Because guess what? When she asks me for something, I do it. Like I'm not a man to deal with.
Does she do stuff when you ask her to do it then?
Of course. Like,
all right, so you're special.
No, I ain't special. I mean, that's just me. That's what I require. Look,
it's exactly like y'all told Amy though. Y'all be dealing with toxic,
look,
unhealed, trauma-filled women, and then want to talk about why women don't do this, why women don't do that. Just because that girl put that makeup on nice and that wig on right, do not mean you should tolerate verbal and mental abuse from a woman for years. That's crazy. That's not all women. That's people with comments like, that's a little girl that want to sit up there and talk to somebody crazy. Want to be in control, want to be up her man's tail all the time. That is not no woman.
Let's comment real quick. This woman, Leanne, she said, it's a no. I'm not financially taking care of a man and allow him to stay home unless there's a damn good reason why he can't get up and work.
See, I love that comment, but listen, this is what I will say to that, because I read that too, and I wanted to say this. I feel like I agree with Amy because the thing that people don't understand about gender roles is that just because a child came out of a mother does not just automatically qualify the mother as the better parent for the child. Okay? Now, for my daddy, it was different. He had a stroke. He, you know what I'm saying, we got his Social Security, and that's what we went on because my mama, she was in the street. So it was different for him and why he had to be at home with me. But me thinking about how I am at 26 years old, my mental and just how confident I feel as a 26-year-old woman being raised by that man, I turned out better than most people with single mothers did. I felt mentally, just mentally as a person, I feel mentally stronger and confident as a person than people who just have single mothers. So I could just imagine if I did have my mama and she was, you know what I'm saying, on the same level and poured as much into me as my dad did. So I feel like that's what people miss about what Amy is saying. You caught up on the money, but you're not thinking about who is actually better for this child and how this person is going to grow up and be. Because we already messed up. So we in here, we together. This is a important partnership because it's easier for me to go get a job. They're gonna give me a raise. They're gonna, you know what I'm saying. Women climb up the ladder a lot faster when it's not a man in her way. Meaning, like, if it's not a man at the spot that she's supposed to have, that's trying to keep her from that spot, a woman will move up a lot faster than what men are because men are naturally competitive. They're naturally, you know what I'm saying? Y'all always got competitors, and women can go and shine in these places. So if I can bring home this money and our child grow up feeling love and see two people loving each other properly, it's not gonna matter to that child whether, you know what I'm saying, like, it's equally yoked at the end of the day because what you're pouring into the relationship is the exact same. Because the same way you would feel about a woman, if your woman was at home doing everything that she needed to do for you and for your kids, you don't mind taking care of that woman. You'll get that woman your whole check.
Oh my God, this guy. Who is this guy? He said,
So guess what? If I got a man like that,
That's
I'm
somebody
gonna get
from
that
me,
man
yo.
my whole check.
He from me, though. You one of my
Yo,
followers. You
oh, he
my
one of your
followers?
followers.
Yeah.
He burnt out, bro. Like, if the wood's good, it's all good. Hey, listen, man, nah, it ain't all good. It ain't all good. That's when you out there in them streets, maybe.
Hey, no, but
If this
look, hey D, let's keep it real though. What he's saying though, let's keep it a buck. He said if that wood
I
good,
just explained, me and Amy just explained it to y'all, and y'all still saying that. You see what we be saying about men? Two women just told you how they look at it, and you trying to tell us it's because
nah, but
no,
twins.
you
I'm not
guys,
chef. I'm not
look,
chef. I was about to say something totally different to
yeah,
him, but go
I
ahead,
didn't
son.
say
And
no.
you see how they just did that? Didn't we
No,
just tell
the
these
comment said that. I didn't say that. The comment said that. That's what the comment says.
And
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
sorry, I don't care how good the wood is. If everything else ain't vibing,
Now,
I
that's
got
a
my
lie.
own shit that takes care of that.
Oh
Or I can
Lord.
find something else.
Look, my ears too. I'm a minor, right? Please don't say that to me. I'm a minor. I don't need it.
I can do
never
good
given
and
up.
Somebody
bad
said
all
I'm
by
never
myself.
giving up the check, boo. That's out. That's fine. You probably got a
Yo,
woman that's gonna take the money.
hey,
That's
yo,
why
Say,
don't
you
give it
single?
up. Don't
Hey,
give it up.
Say, you
If you
single, ain't
mess
you?
with me, just say that. If she be scamming, just say that. Keep your
Yeah, hey,
chicken.
yo, Say, you ain't got no girl, do you?
She only love you for the bottom dollar line, honey, and that's not a
Damn.
good relationship.
See,
Hey,
that's why I'm not
stop.
telling
Chill
no
out.
man
Oh, they
to
going
just.
on you, stop.
I'm not telling
Especially,
no man to just willingly give his money, but a man that got a woman ain't never had no problem handing over their wallet. I got my man wallet right now.
oh, nah. You said, well, I mean, listen, hey, listen, you in a good relationship, sure. It's supposed to
And
be
he
that
at
way.
work and he don't have to worry about nothing. It's just, I'm just saying, it's just one of them things. When you trust when a person shows you, these are not actions that I'm telling a man to just give a woman, but when a woman has like showed you a certain amount of loyalty,
You don't get the
it
ones
charge
with
up.
batteries.
It charge up, honey, just
Right,
like you
it
gotta wait
charges
on
like
that
a
man's
cell
check to come
phone.
in. It charge
Hey,
up.
yo. Hey, stop, man.
And it
Stop,
quick
y'all.
I'm
charges.
crying.
That's
I'm crying.
when
I
you
know
go.
what
That's when you go to the one next to it.
Exactly. That's when you break out your treasure chest
Yeah.
and you find a
Oh,
new
Lord.
toy.
Or your rabbit or whatever. You know, it's just.
Lord,
y'all
man.
crazy, yo.
Yeah,
I love doing
I'm
these things.
just
It's the
saying.
late
I'm
night
just
jokester,
saying.
man. Oh, my
No,
God.
but for real,
So,
shoot.
so, oh God, Lee, I gotta get it together.
Amy,
This,
have you ever been married?
crazy.
I have. I was married for
She
15
has.
years.
Yeah,
Yeah, she was
I
married.
saw the story. Yeah, I forgot you did. I
Yeah.
watched
Now,
it.
why'd you ask that question, Chef?
Hmm? Because are you dating someone right now?
Am.
You are.
We've been together for 2 years.
Okay. I just want to give you some advice though. I mean, hopefully.
Oh God.
Hopefully.
Here we go.
Hey, why you say that, DL?
I'm gonna leave.
You
I'm
guys
gonna
didn't
leave and
listen.
come right back in. Okay, I'm
Okay,
gonna leave
you-
and come right back in. I need to take a bathroom break.
All right.
Oh,
All
Look,
right.
y'all guys didn't hear what she said though. I really was listening to her. You know what I'm saying? She said she was before she was in a broken place, and she still has some things that that may trigger. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm saying that. It's like not to be funny and like that. Is that listen, you love yourself, and once somebody that trigger comes, and you got to really rethink, is this person for you? That's it. Don't settle for somebody just because they make you happy at that moment, at that second. You know what I'm saying? Because guess what? When you see that red flag, notice it and pay attention to it, because that's the sign. You know what I'm saying?
But see, it may be something that they said that they don't know is a trigger for me.
That's what I'm saying.
And
Like
that's
when
why
they
we
say
have
it,
that conversation that, hey, this bothered me. And that has happened in our relationship. And
Also,
he was like, you know what? I didn't realize that. And we talked about it. It's never happened again. And we've moved forward. I am in a very good, probably the best, not probably the best relationship that I have been in. This person supports me in all the facets I have never been supported in, but I have supported someone for 15 years that could not even do the basic needs for me. So I have someone, trust me, that's taking care of everything.
did he actually marry you yet?
We
Let's
are
go.
in that process, but I'm not in any rush. Like, I don't need a piece of paper to validate me, to validate our relationship.
Talk that shit. Talk
Like,
that
well,
shit. I love it.
listen, my
I don't
sister.
need that.
Uh-oh.
You can do it any day, but I don't need it.
My sister was in a marriage. She was in a marriage that was just awful. He was a gigantic man child. He wanted to get taken care of. Basically, he wanted to marry a mom, his mom. And she had to take care of him all the time. He was inappropriate, childish, immature. He was always the same kind of person. This literally happened on a formal dinner. He's a grown-ass man, older than me. And he comes out and he brings a Nintendo DS out and starts playing video games in the middle of a formal dinner. I'm like, what are you doing? And then he's like, what? I'm like, what do you what? And then anyway, so eventually, after a lot of pushing from a lot of people, she divorced him. And she was like, oh my God, I'm so happy I'm away from him. He was horrible, blah, blah, blah. He pretty much had all the flags that would have triggered her and traumatized her, but she didn't let it affect the next person. And the next person she got married to him. He's a phenomenal man. And I mean, he is a great, awesome guy. Loves her unconditionally. She is so happy. They take care of each other. It's the best relationship I've ever seen. And it's, what is this? You got his wallet. You got his ID.
Hey, yo, you see that?
You've been wearing you out. You've been keeping his identity confidential.
He gotta stop, bro. He got me dying over here. I'm gonna keep that up for trying to
My
get back.
God. She ain't coming back now. She,
He got me crying. Oh, okay. He must be wearing you out. Oh my God. Oh man.
Honestly, Saeed, if she's got all of that, he's the one that's wore out. That's why she had access to it.
he's the whipped one.
Oh,
Oh,
Lord.
I didn't mean by that.
I gotta
I
take
mean-
those lashes on his back.
Yeah, a little
He's
bit.
He's like, oh God. Oh
Little-
God.
Maybe there was some whipping that.
Yeah, there
was
might
in a
have been
good
some.
way.
Hey, stop.
Yeah. Yo, shut up, man.
Come on.
I'm
So,
just
what
saying.
I was gonna
Oh,
comment
shut-
before on the if the wood good, everything is good. I was gonna say, look, listen, that's why a lot of men go wrong by thinking that, right? Because a woman, let me tell you something, man. Women use toys that's bigger than any man can offer, right? So for a man, for us men that's out there thinking we go to our boys, and like, yeah, I wore that ass out. You know what I'm saying? Like we making a fool out of ourselves at the end of the day, because women wear themselves out more than men do. You understand me? So women allow us to believe that we're up here. They stroke our ego every step of the way. So while you thinking that it's going your way because the wood was good, she out there doing what the hell she want to do behind your back. That's how that works.
Good.
We say-
I'm done.
Don't tell us.
Hey, don't put that up. Don't put that
Oh
up.
my
Take that
God.
down. Take that down.
I'm taking- he crazy, bro. It's like
You don't have to put everything up.
Oh,
No, I ain't read
My
it.
God.
It popped up. I said, I read it. I said, nope.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Hey, there's toxic, just like there's toxic wood out there too. Just because you,
Toxic wood.
what was it? My grandpa used to say that must have been the first piece he had and didn't know there was more out there. So just because it's good, if it's not attached to a good person, there's still plenty out there.
You know what?
A good person.
So I'm gonna say this because since we waiting for China, we off topic. As soon as she come back, we will reel it back in. But last year on season 1 of the Sipping and Tripping podcast, I had a topic about sex, right? And I said, "Is there a such thing as bad sex?" What do y'all think? You say yes?
Yeah.
Why do you say
Yeah. Yeah.
Hold on, Amy. Why you say yes?
I mean, I've had some less than stellar experiences, and I'm gonna turn it back on myself too. I've been given some negative stars before for some things.
Did he know it was less than stellar, or did you not tell him? Did you not let him know?
He knew it was less than stellar. It was a. But in return, I have done the same thing where I'm like, this is not working. There might not be any.
Have you ever told anybody to stop?
connection. I have.
Okay, you just terminated it. You're like this.
Yep.
No, done.
I'm like, no. This is a no for me. Like it started
how
out
that
pretty
will
good,
feel.
but
Yeah.
in all honesty, though, go ahead and stop them. Like, don't let them keep thinking they are king of the world. Just be really honest with them and be like,
Yeah,
you know
but don't
what?
be
This
mean.
is not. No, not.
Don't
in a mean
destroy
way.
them.
No. I very kindly told him, I was like, you know what? This is not working for me. Not that, I still really like you. Like, this was like, you're a good person and everything. But it just, there was no physical like chemistry. I thought there was for a second. But then once you got into, the meat and potatoes of things, no.
What's up? Oh, that's the other brother right there. Hey,
Skeeto!
Oh,
Oh my God, this guy's crazy. Look, here you go, Amy.
How many situations hasn't worked for you? Sis? Two. Two.
Oh shit. So the reason why I asked you guys is, do you think it's a such thing as bad sex? Because for a woman, you know what they say, the first 2 inches is what satisfies. Anything after that is, it's just how they word it. It's not the pleasure. It's not pleasure past what? 2
it's
inches.
gratuitous after.
So you know what I'm trying to say? So that's what I was getting at. And the thing is, this is my thing. If you laid in the bed with somebody, you choose to sleep with somebody, and there's no emotional connection and no, you know what I'm saying? If you don't have no type of connection, then it's not going to be the best. Now you're just going through the motions. So it's like, why would you put yourself through that? Right. So now if you have some kind of attachment or attraction to that person, how's it bad when your pleasure zone is first 2 inches? That's just question number
Because
one.
they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
They're inexperienced. They think they know what they're doing, but they're really not.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, you gotta think of it like this. So let's say a guy goes down a girl. I mean, you gotta know what you're doing. You can't just go and think it's good.
So
It's not a chew toy. You gotta know what the hell you doing down there.
Yeah,
You gotta get out the map. Dora the Explorer map.
Let me ask you this.
And guys, if we
have you
tell you
ever-
not to move, don't
Don't move.
don't freak out. I feel like sometimes I say that and like,
What,
And it
well, don't
just
move.
fucks it
I
up
mean,
more.
what?
Or they take it as a challenge.
yeah,
Don't move
it's like
meaning
no,
what?
Don't move. No, I'm doing it.
Don't move meaning what?
Don't move your
You mean-
face.
Don't
move. your-
continue.
Don't move
Freeze. Freeze.
Stay right in that same
Yep.
rhythm.
Oh Lord Jesus.
Position.
Oh, the thing.
Do not do not change.
In essence, you're still in
I
motion.
know you see an exit ramp over there, but you're still supposed to go straight.
Wow.
You're at the last leg.
Wow.
Amy.
Quarter mile to go.
What did he say? Oh my God. I'm cool, bro.
If she's not giving horror vibes.
I'm cool, boo. Good luck. What?
Yeah, I don't know. What's up? Oh, Skino.
Skino in the building,
Yeah,
y'all.
That's our other brother right
That's
there.
our other brother.
Oh.
Yeah,
That's y'all's brother?
That's all three
Yeah.
of us. Yeah.
I don't think
My
China's
other
coming
brother-
back.
I mean, she wouldn't do me like that. I don't think.
Unless she can't figure out how to get back.
She said she
Oh
got
man, what'd you say, Amy?
I didn't say nothing.
Oh. So, all right. So I'm gonna go to this next question. Then you know when she comes, she comes. So
We'll loop
what I
back.
was gonna say, when a man tries to communicate his needs and feelings, right, he's often called or considered weak or soft. How does that make sense?
Because that's our fucked up
Amy?
society that's made it that way. And it's our
Well, now
job
we-
in our generation to change
End the
that.
podcast. That was right.
But see now that was geared to the women. Why do women do that to men? Why
We
they
don't
try
do
to
that to men.
demasculate a man?
No, not you. Why would women? Generalize.
Women.
If you can imagine other
Generalize.
people, why could you rationalize or think of why somebody else might do that?
I
There's a lot of women do
know a lot of women that don't do that, but I have heard from guy friends that they have been in those situations before. And it's all gonna stem back to
Oh
back
my
to
God.
society and to that toxic masculinity that is beat into
I gotta put that up there
people.
'cause it's funny.
That's put into women.
Yeah, I had to put that up there
No,
because it's funny. He said,
Yo.
she got the wallet, but his
No,
tracker's
the tracker.
losing battery.
yeah.
China,
That leash is getting a little tight.
But Amy, you,
God.
look, society plays a part in that. Yeah, you're right. It does play a part in that. But at the end of the day, once you realize it, once you become an adult, you have to, learn it and figure out yourself the best way you can, in this society world. You know what I mean? We talk about expectations on relationships. A lot of people just trying to figure it out. Hurt people. So once you, you had to. I always say this. I did a session in my podcast about dating while still healing. How can you date and you still in the healing process? You still have to become immune to what has happened to you and acknowledge it. And now you begin the healing process. You know what I'm saying? And that's what people do. A lot of people, I said a lot. We talk about society. A lot of people that's going through this hurt process, they dating and they didn't get the healing that they need. And so now what they do, they pour that on somebody else and it goes on and goes on and on and on. And that's what's going on in the society. That's why we don't have a lot of
How do you know when you're healed?
You said, how do you know when you heal?
How do you know when you're healed that you can move on?
Because like to get confirmation like this, like if someone hurt you, right, and you never healed over it, and so when it comes again, you'll know how to react to it, and so you'll know that this doesn't bother me anymore. So now you heal because that same hurt that was done to you, and you see it's somebody's trying to do it again. It doesn't bother you, but you know how it looks, you know how it feels. So now you can walk away and say, "Nah, I'm good with that. I don't need that." You understand? That's the recognize your healing process.
But then how long does that take? And then it could take forever, and then you're never healed, and
right. It depends.
you just
on
never date again.
No,
You just never date again.
Some people don't. Some people don't.
Well, men are checking out from dating these days anyway. So
I
if
feel
you're
like
not
we're in a
healed,
constant stage of healing, though.
yeah, if you're in a constant loop of healing yourself, well, then you're just never healed.
See-
Some people also live in misery on purpose because it becomes their identity.
Right there you go, sir.
you're right. But that you can't be. So what Chef's saying is you can't be right for somebody else if you're not right for yourself. With
No.
yourself.
Yeah, and
can't love somebody
how do you
else if you
know
love
when you're
yourself.
right for yourself?
Listen,
Someone else has to tell you because
No,
if
no,
you
look,
how are you going to
That's
tell
why
yourself
you got
that you're better?
therapy. That's why you got that. You got therapy.
Okay, so someone else has to tell you you're better.
Of course, you got, because guess what? They're analyzing everything that
No,
you say.
Saeed.
What
Yeah.
when you know the person that hurt you is hurting?
You bugging,
That's a
bro. He
crazy-
bugging.
Nah,
Yeah, he bugging.
all of us disagree.
But it's all right. So you said, how do you know? This is the thing. It's one of those things that you just know. People know. You get that feeling. It's just like we can never break down the definition of love. Nobody can. It's just one of those things that just happens to us. It grabs a hold of us, and then
Well, you can
we
describe
just
it.
know. No, we could try. Nobody can ever just really truly describe love. That's why you can put 1,000 men and women in the room and ask them this very same question, and it's going to be totally different. You're
Because
not going
love
to get the
language,
same exact answer.
everybody love language is different. Yes,
Mhm.
that's why.
So what I'm saying is, it's one of those things that you know. When you heal, you'll know. When things don't affect you the same way, that's when you start to know that you're healing,
Hey,
and you're getting past that.
Ray D, check D Dub.
Yeah.
Look, here's the thing. You said, how do you know when you heal? If you get a sore on your arm, right, and it's beginning to heal, you know when it's healed, right?
It's because there's a visual.
No, not
There's
just
a
visual.
feedback.
Not just visual. Let's say operation. It's a process. You got a big scar on your leg. It's a process. When it's healed, you know when it's healed. That's the same thing with what Desmond is saying. You'll know when you're healed. It's just like you going through an operation.
So if you know when you're healed, okay, if you're supposed to just miraculously know when you're healed, then how are you supposed to test that if you're not with somebody else and then it doesn't bother you? So you're just supposed to just assume you're healed at any time and then just start dating somebody at that point and then test it and see if you are, or you discover you're healed by being with somebody and then it happens again and then you realize it didn't affect you the same way. That's when you realize you were healed. But you have to test it in order to know if you were healed.
See, I don't agree that you should be testing it. It's like when you.
I mean, if it comes up, I don't mean actively test it. I mean, if it comes up, if it presents itself, but if you're going to avoid that situation, then how can you know you've been healed if you avoid that situation every single time? You have to have that situation happen again, and then you have a different feeling about it to know that you're healed.
Verbal
You have
abuse.
to have like the faith and the confidence to know that it's time to try. You're never going to know if you don't attempt it.
That's right.
You can try, and if it doesn't work, then you know, hey, you know what? Maybe
You
I'm
aren't
not
ready
healed,
again.
or maybe this isn't the right person for me.
There you
Exactly.
go. Not the right person for you.
Verbal
abuse.
If you constantly getting into car accidents, right, and you stop driving for a couple months, and somebody say, "Hey, here's the keys. I want you to drive me to the store," and you get your hand touch that steering wheel and you shake it, and you get overwhelmed by all these emotions, these feelings. You know you're not ready,
There you go.
right?
That's a
So
fact.
it's the same thing with healing. It's the same
Yep.
thing with healing.
Yeah, but you got in the car and you did it. You went in the car and you did it, and then you discovered you weren't healed yet, and then you stopped again.
I never said that person drove. I said if you go to take the wheel and you start shaking. I said if.
All right, but you still got in the car to
Right.
attempt to do that thing. And then when you found out, oh shit, I'm not really ready for this, you backed out of
Okay.
it. You have to
Okay.
still try to do that thing in order to discover whether or not you're better or not.
So somebody that gets abused, right, constantly in a relationship.
Right?
Mentally they might say, I want a new relationship. But guess what? Every time a man talks to that woman, let's just say a woman, and every time a man comes to that woman's life and she's reserved and she feels overwhelmed, like, oh my God. And that fear strikes her, right? She's not ready.
Yeah, that's right. She's not ready. So
therefore she's not healed from the trauma.
that's
So she should
correct.
not even attempt that relationship. That's what I'm
No,
getting.
well, she can make that choice to end that relationship until she's more confident again, or she can work through it with that new person because that person isn't the person who caused that trauma.
No.
That's the thing.
That's the thing. Hold on, sir. You should not get into a new relationship if you still feel that way. You have to be
See,
healed.
this goes to the problem that I always see nonstop is that you don't know you're in a bad relationship until you're out of it. Everybody else can see your bad relationship. Everybody else can see the trauma and the toxicity. Hold on. So everyone can see the bad relationship, and everyone tells you it's bad, it's bad, it's bad. But then you can't see it when you're in it. But then once you're out of it, you can see it as soon as you're out of it. So you're blind.
D-Dub, you're blind if you think that's the truth. We all see the red flags. We all know when we're in bad relationships. We choose not to see it because of our desires.
Not everybody sees it. Not everybody sees that.
What you mean? What you mean?
Not everybody's.
What you talking to me or D?
D-Dub. Look. Everybody. When
you see the signs.
When you in a bad situation, everybody.
You have to know that it's a bad situation.
But you do.
The moment it's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable.
Yeah, all right. So then I have a question. If somebody is raised from being born, this is going to be an extreme example. If somebody's raised from being born and they get hit all the time, they think that's actually normal.
No.
And then don't dismiss it. I'm just saying they don't know that that's not normal. They don't know because they don't have external people telling them all this stuff. They never knew anything different. So they think that's normal. So they don't know that it's actually bad.
No, look, D-Dub, seriously. Look, the thing you said, I'm gonna use what you said. A child is getting beat all the time. Listen, we have feelings and emotions, right? Mm-hmm. And automatically, no matter what, a child is knowing, even if you beat your child, they knowing that, listen, this is not right because it's an unwanting feeling. And so because it's unwanting, guess what? You're gonna know, like, I don't want that. I don't want that. You know what I'm saying? I was getting ready to say something like real deep, but I'm not gonna go that deep. But they know, they're gonna know, because guess what? The moment we become adults, from a teenager to an adult, you know the difference between right and wrong. You know it.
Because you went out into the world and learned more and experienced stuff.
Look, from a child to a young teenager to an adult, you know the difference between right and wrong as an adult. See, I said there's levels.
How do you learn the right and wrong?
Listen to what I said. You a child, you a teenager, you an adult. You know the difference between right and wrong.
Yeah, you just repeated it. You didn't answer my question.
I'm gonna answer it for him. I'm answering for him. So look. So when the baby's born into this world, right? D-Dub. Now you said we like to say that,
and there's been no communication with anybody else. It's in the world, in the field, nobody's around.
Right. So when they want something, they know to cry. Correct.
Sure, it's conditional. Yeah, they cry because they have no other way to communicate.
Exactly, but that's their way of communicating that they have a need.
Yeah.
So that's goes to what he's trying to say, basically.
When you
talk about like right and wrong, like we have those instincts from birth.
Hold on, watch this. They
develop as we develop.
Morality is not an instinct from birth.
Hey, Amy, I'm gonna say this to Amy. Watch this. Hold on. This for you too. Look, Amy, when the child is walking, right? They know not to. We tell them one time, stove hot. A child don't go and touch the stove.
Yes, they do.
No.
Yes, they do.
Now, you tell a child the stove. I'm not. There are some children that will do that. I didn't say that, but majority of the children, when you tell them the stove is hot, they're not going to touch. They're not going to touch the stove.
That's no. Maybe your child didn't do that, but most children want to test that theory.
Yeah, it's called curiosity.
Listen to
curiosity.
I said they
I tried to
one time. But they not going to go and do it again.
For you, but
because it's the point that I'm making. The point that I'm making, they know there's a child. They know the difference between right and wrong, and they only a child. That's what I said. You tell them stove hot, hot. You teach them that, right? They're not gonna go back to the stove and touch the stove, and because you want to show them, look, the stove is hot. Don't go there. And you put sometimes some parents. I was one of them. I'll be honest.
Right.
Took my daughter's hand. Put it close to that. Let her know it's hot. hot. So I taught her.
But she didn't
ain't gonna
know
do
that
it.
until you showed her.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Children don't know.
So she experienced it for herself.
Until they're experiencing it themselves.
Yep.
Or if they have only one source that's influencing them, like going back to what DW said,
Yeah.
in a relationship and growing up, if you are only in the environment of abuse, then
You're only exposed to one
you're
thing.
only exposed to one thing. That's what you accept as the normal because that's what you were
You accept
taught.
it, and that's exactly what I said. They know when they're in a bad situation. It's what when you so
No,
sometimes
No,
they
no,
don't.
not they know. No, not they know. They accept it because they don't know anything else.
Yeah.
they accept it, but they know that it's not right.
No, that's the opposite of what I just said. They accept it because they don't
That's
know
all-
anything else.
That's
you mean
all
to
they
tell-
know.
But they
So you
know
think-
the difference.
Hey.
They know the difference.
No,
though.
but they don't know the difference because they've
Hey,
only been proven one thing.
Hey,
They've only been shown one thing.
So
Jay.
So-
Jay,
so you have a child.
telling
Hold on.
me? Yeah, Jay. Go ahead.
you have a child, right?
Yeah.
And they do something they're not supposed to, and without saying a word, right? You just look at them while they do. They give you the puppy face because they know they've done wrong. We're born with these instincts.
But if you didn't look at them, would they make that puppy dog face? If you didn't shoot that look at them, that disappointing look that
But you
you've
didn't.
proven to them before that was
But-
bad.
You're proving my point. You didn't verbalize anything. They know that what they did was wrong. Just like
Because in the past you taught them that look means you're going to get beat.
hey, people that's in a toxic relationship, right? They know that it's toxic, but they want it to work so badly they accept it.
No.
When you get your ass beat every day.
As someone that has been in
A traumatic.
a traumatic
It doesn't-
relationship, sometimes this is what happens.
You don't see it until you're out of it.
You don't. It almost turns into like a Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah, that's it.
You don't
the word.
realize it until you are away from that situation, or they have programmed you into such a mentality that you do think that's normal. You
Mhm.
do think that that is how a relationship works until you
And
are
without-
away from it.
And then when you get away from it, or when you have outside input from
Right.
other people, then you start to learn, oh, that's not normal. But until you get that outside validation or outside information, you think that's all normal.
You're born with the instincts, bro.
No,
Oh,
you're not born with morality.
Hold. You not. Hold.
You're not born with morality.
Let me ask you a question. Then. Let me ask you a question. Is there good and evil?
No, they're constructs.
No.
They're constructs of humans.
I know. I said, is there good and evil?
No, because they're constructs of human.
What
There's
stops
there-
you? What stops you? What stops you from going and robbing a bank?
Nothing.
Being arrested and going to jail and having consequences for my actions.
Did your parents tell you it's not good to rob a bank?
Yeah, because they taught me that I'm not supposed to be doing certain things.
Oh no. That's not what I asked you. I asked you, did your parents tell you do not go and rob a bank?
Yes, actually.
Or did so? Why would they come?
Don't rob banks. Robbing banks is bad.
I'm making I'm making your point valid. Why would they tell you? Because why would they come and tell you don't rob the bank?
Because I seen on TV.
No, that's not what I asked you. I ain't talking about other influence. I'm
You
talking about,
are asking these questions.
Yeah, did your parents
I'm
tell
answering.
you not to rob a bank?
And I said yes.
And again, this is where it all comes back to the environment that you're raised in.
Why would your
His parents took
yeah.
the time and he
They
put
were
in
bank
those
robbers?
things to him. That hey,
Because
you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that.
at that time, my mother used to watch Rescue 911, used to watch Cops, and used to watch a bunch of stuff. All right, way back in the day, and I would see it on TV. I would see movies, rob a bank, and then they were like, "You shouldn't rob a bank. This is what happens. You go to jail." There you go. That was your answer. You don't accept it? Sorry, but
Okay, so
it's
that was so your parents told you not to rob a bank, right? They
yeah.
told you- Okay, all right.
Why are we stuck on that?
No.
It was
I'm just talking about what you
so.
said.
Morality is not. You're not born with morality. You are born with some instincts, yes, but you're not born with morality. Morality is learned from your environment. Do you think that KKK people have morality? I bet you they say they do, but you don't believe it because morality is taught differently. And not everybody's morality is the same.
Everybody's morality is not the same, but
yeah,
see, let's go back what I asked you earlier. I asked you, do you believe in good and evil?
And I said no, because they are constructs of people.
Wow. But the world we live in says something different.
Why? Because they said so?
No, guess what? Is there light? Is there dark? Isn't there light and dark? Light and dark.
Sure, there is darkness and there is lightness, of course, because there are chemical reactions that create light, which
so what happens what happens at nighttime?
What do you mean what happens at nighttime? The darkness is always there. Nighttime doesn't happen, it's always night. Do you think there's a sky? Is there a sky? Or is it just space?
What?
You're making nonsense things. I'm just saying.
You said it's not good and evil.
Amy, bow our heads. We got to say it.
Yeah, right. Everyone say a prayer.
Oh my God.
Chef, yeah. All right, Amy. Yeah.
All righty. So back to the question, right?
We went so off rails. I'm telling you, Charna's not coming back. Did you text her?
I did not. She ain't come back because she would have did it already. She said she used the bathroom.
Oh yeah. She. I hope she didn't fall in.
Oh man. She got. Matter of fact, she might have gotten in trouble for having that wallet. So you gonna tell?
Yeah, right.
You got my
just told the world, and he's like, "What days? I've been looking for that for days."
I done ordered a new license, a credit card, and everything.
So I mean, this is kind of, unbalanced. We only got Amy, but anyway.
I know.
I can hold my own.
Okay,
She's good.
So Amy, without blaming a man, why can't a woman keep a man?
I don't.
Not personally from you.
I don't think it's that she can't keep him.
Okay.
Maybe there's a reason why she does not want to keep him.
I see now. See, women.
I saw that struggle.
It's the desire.
Oh, I ain't struggling.
No.
It's the desire. That's
what desire? What do you?
You said why?
Why she won't keep a man? It's desire.
It's the desire.
She doesn't.
It's the desire of the man.
So a relationship. I'm gonna compare it. A relationship and a job. You start a new job. You start a new relationship.
Mm-hmm.
What happens after you've been at a new job for so long? You've experienced
You get fired.
the highest. Nope.
Sorry.
Some cases.
Yeah.
It's like everything else. It's a new environment. It's something new to learn. And after so long, you know whether a job is going to work for you and whether a relationship is going to work for you. So it may start out cool. Like I had a couple of guys that we had a really awesome start. And then about 2 to 3 months in, it was like, yep, this is not going to work. So it wasn't that I couldn't keep him. I did not want to keep him.
Okay, so let me ask you this. So were y'all living together or not living together?
We were not living together.
Okay, that you just proved my point because it's been proven that after the first 3 months, you know if that relationship's going to work or not. You know that, right? Now it's different if that person don't live with you. Now, if you're living with that person, now you get to see their habits, their characteristics, their behaviors, right? It's easy to mask that when y'all don't live together. That's why don't say nothing, Chef, because look how we're looking. That's why I hate when people say that you should get married before moving in. That is bullshit. Because you get to hide and mask a lot of things. Yeah. You don't know if that man shower every damn day. He can tell you anything word of mouth, or that woman. You know what I'm saying? So you need that live-in experience before you should talk about getting married. That's just my opinion. So it's been proven that the first 3 months, you know if that relationship is going to work. But the exception to that rule is if y'all don't live together, because you can mask and hide a lot of things. Now, if y'all living together, you know if that man or that woman is constantly in the phone texting somebody else or going out chilling with somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all live together. Right now, you know where he's at for the majority of the time.
There are some more toxic people who can fake it for a long time, and then eventually.
I get it, but like I said, it's been proven in the first 3 months, you will know if that person's right for you.
That is not.
Now
that is
until they're not.
Is true.
No,
that is true.
No, listen, it take a lifetime to get to know a person, bro.
You cannot get to know somebody that deep of a level in 3 months.
Lifetime. You get in a relationship with a person.
You know in the first 3 months if that relationship is going to work for you or not.
You should know within like the first month.
Nah, hell no.
If you're gonna get in a relationship with it, she said a relationship, not marriage.
Before I let somebody move into my house, like
a month.
We got to know somebody longer than that. No, God, no.
Oh, shucks, man. Y'all talking crazy for me, man. Move in. Listen, we got the. But there ain't no more. Well, look, I'm opposed people who live together before they get married.
Oh, because
guess what?
Definitely.
No, you have to really get to know a person because guess what? First of all, in the first 6 months, I'm gonna say 6 months, you shouldn't even be arguing. There should be no arguing in the first 6 months. It should be smooth. Now going down the lane, you down this almost a year, and y'all gotta get into a little argument. Okay, that's normal. Okay, it's other things. You get to know their family, because their family you gonna marry their family too. You got to get to know them and see the uncles, aunts, the mother, the father, their relationship with one another in the family. How is it? How is that? And that it's a reflection of the person that you're getting with. It's a reflection. So those are the signs you got to look for too. Look at their family. Is it? Do they have a good communication? Do the mom and dad communicate well with the siblings? All those things play a part.
But you can't always look at those little simple-minded.
That's not simple-minded. But those.
Let me say something.
Choose wisely.
Say you're in love with the woman's in love with you, but they're either her family don't approve of you or vice versa. Your family don't approve of them. You can't look at them and say, "Oh, it's a reflection." No, you already know you're going into a fucked up situation because the family is against you. You got to make your relationship work. To hell with the family, but respectfully, to hell with them.
It helps your decision making better. That's it.
You can choose what you want to do. From the beginning, if you already know they're against you, what you gonna say? The woman you fell in love with because her family don't care for you, you gonna abort that relationship? That's foolish.
No, that's
foolish.
You don't have to abort it. I said it helps you choose
your
better and wisely. Yes.
Okay. But and you saying the family, but the family don't want nothing to do with you, and then treat her relationship because she chose you. Now you gotta delete them out of the equation. Respectfully, you gotta focus on that relationship, and it's not about the family at that point. It's not about the.
Let me ask the other two. How y'all feel about that?
What? There were so many things said. Which part?
All right, with the parents not liking the guy of the woman, the woman's parent.
If the guy's with a girl and the girl's family doesn't like the guy,
yes.
Okay, are you supposed to just end the relationship or tell them, screw off, I love her anyway, I'm going to make it work? Realistically, I don't have to like the family because I'm with the girl. I'm not with the family. I'll be respectful to them. I don't have to like them. I don't have to like everybody. Right. But if they're gonna actively be nasty, then I'm gonna not be around them.
Go ahead.
But if she loves me, that's all that really matters because I'm with her. And if And if it goes down that route, well, then I'll just make a bunch of kids who like me, and then that's all that matters.
These are his minions.
What'd you say, Amy? What'd you say, Amy?
Those are his minions.
My minions.
Yeah, see? Oh, it's not
So-
good and evil.
So one of the things I was gonna say is, you know,
like evil.
in my opinion,
Oh, Lord.
oh God, hey, I got holy water.
Get that
So
out.
now-
Get it out.
Nah,
Many have
Oh,
tried,
man.
many have failed.
Oh, wow.
I,
Oh.
amen.
well, don't bring it up because
Watch out now.
Yeah. Don't make him come from behind that curtain now.
Watch
Looking
out
like
now.
Jason Voorhees. Looking like Jason Voorhees.
Watch out now. Good, D.
No, that was it. I was gonna say, I'm like, oh, don't start that because we don't want to get into the what's good and evil and
Ah,
Yeah, D-Dub, you
I
got to
mean-
come on over to my show.
sure, you're not gonna like it.
Oh, I
you're gonna like it.
I want to bring factual for you, brother.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
Facts,
You're-
So,
facts.
Talking to an ex-Pentecostal person.
Hey, look, you can't look. That's one thing you can't change, right?
What? The color of your shirt?
Nah,
Oh,
your heart. You gonna love just like I love. You gonna. hate
I love.
just like
I love very differently.
Nah, you
oh
gonna.
yeah, he loved it.
Listen to what I said. I don't forget how you love, but you gonna love the same way I love.
Oh, you want Danny to love you? Oh, that's
Well,
cute.
I mean, Chef, I already love you. Much love.
Okay.
Oh.
I have no disrespect. Oh no, you are great peoples.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
But
Any disagreement we have is just
No.
intellectual.
Of
That's
course.
it.
Of course. Look, I would never. All I want is to show love, be encouraging, inspiring people. It is good to love and have joy. Joy is everlasting. Happiness is temporary. That's it. You know what I mean? And so that's my spirit. That's how I roll. That's how I talk. I never want to make nobody feel bad and feel less and say I'm greater, I'm better. No, that's not what I do. My intent is to show
Nobody
love
is better
and
than
be
anybody
encouraging.
else.
Of course.
Period.
Of course. You know what I mean?
Ever.
So yeah, I would love to have you and Amy on. So any different time, man.
Listen, Chef, I have no problem. I think you got me on. I think you got me on Facebook. Maybe.
I think so.
Yeah. So yeah, you just hit me up.
Yes, I will, brother.
Yeah.
Amy, you too. I don't know if I have you, but I would love to have you on with me.
Oh,
and
no.
the team.
Des, Chef is stealing your people. He's-
Listen, no. In podcasting, there is no stealing.
Oh, are you saying that we're shared property? Oh.
No.
Oh, no.
I mean,
Oh, is that what?
Oh, what the hell? Hey, what the fuck? Hey, man, hey, I'm gonna get my whip. I'm gonna get the whip.
Listen,
Oh, what the heck? What?
you can use mine.
there we go.
Hey, look, man,
This has turned into a totally different podcast.
No.
We are demonetized now. It is.
late night at the
So-
sipping and tripping.
So
It is past 10. Do you know where your children are?
Oh Lord, Jesus.
Wait, I can't finish the rest of that.
y'all are terrible, but yeah, you definitely made me lose my. Did you even answer that question that I asked Amy? I don't even remember at
No.
this point.
No, she
Without
didn't get a
blaming a
chance.
man, why can't a woman keep him? Did you answer that? I'm not sure. We done went left field.
You lost me when we started talking about whips. Sorry.
Yeah, whips and chains and all the fun things.
Oh, shit.
I don't know. I mean, and here again, I think that can be said for both genders. There may be something, that you're not doing in the relationship that they are like, you know what? I deserve this. I need this. This is not for me. So they leave. If you're not
Right.
having the communication, though, to tell that person, I need this or I don't like this, then that's going to cause you both not to be able to keep a partner.
So I mean, I got a whole laundry list of reasons why I think women can't keep men, right? Now one of them being because a lot of women live in a fantasy world, right? Like a lot of women say, oh, they want to live like that Barbie lifestyle, and that's not the real world. And I think that's where a lot of women get hung up. They want everything spoon fed to them. They don't necessarily put in the work to make a man want to give them that kind of lifestyle. Even if the man wants to give that lifestyle, it's unrealistic. You know what I'm saying? The movie was ass as hell. I mean, I don't even know why I attempted to watch it, but like the way Barbie was living her life, it's like it's insane. Like for a man to provide that on a day-to-day basis, it's unrealistic. And a lot of women want that. They want the big house, the picket fence, the dog, cat, whatever, the parrot. They want to live like Paris Hilton or the Kardashians. They want to live like that, but it's just not realistic. You don't make that kind of money, and the man don't live that kind of money. And one of my biggest things is this. Go ahead.
So basically, women want the authority of a man. They want the responsibility of a child, and the perks of woman.
Yeah, and it's not realistic. So that's why I said unrealistic or unreasonable high expectations earlier. That's just one of them. Like, what about a woman that don't have a pot to piss in or a leg to stand on, right? But they say they want a top tier man. Tell me how that makes sense. Like, women are so quick to look. Go ahead.
Well, and what's funny is that a guy will be perfectly fine wanting to be with that girl. But it was reversed. Forget it. You're trash.
The simps are like that. The men that's desperate and feel like nobody's ever going to care and love for them, and they finally land a girl that they are attracted to. Those simple-minded people, that insecure men, they like that shit. But I'm saying, women are so quick to do. You go in any room, any bar, anywhere you go, a man walk in the room. The first thing a woman do is what, Amy? She probably gonna say she's different.
Yeah, that was on the spot.
I am.
Huh?
I do not try. Even when I was single and I went out to bars, I did not try to get guys to buy me drinks.
No, I ain't say that. I said, what's the first thing y'all do when you see a man walk into a room?
I look at him.
You size him up.
Make my assessment.
Yeah,
and I go back to my drink.
Okay, so a lot of women, they look at his shoes, right, and they judge him off of that. They look at his outfit, they judge him off of that, right? They don't know.
I don't judge him. I'm looking like.
Well, I'm just saying most
you
women
categorize them,
right? So they already scratching them off the list of candidates.
Yeah, they walk in and they got the work boots that are all messed up. They got the pants that are fucked up, and immediately they're like, "Nah, he's shit," and then wrote off immediately.
Now, what they don't know is this: what if he was
I'm not saying every woman, Amy.
Look,
that could be daddy right there.
Yeah, right. That should be the one that people are looking for. Those are the ones that are like, yeah, I work.
How about this? What about the women out here? And they set these standards for themselves, these expectations. Say, "Oh, man, got to make this much money. They got to do this." And then the man, well, like what Chef said earlier, what does she bring to the table? And the man was like, "Well, damn, what you do?" "Oh, I'm unemployed." "What, bitch?" Not to call a woman out her name, but like, "What, bitch? Your standards is here, your expectations is here, but you ain't even got no car. But you talk about what I drive. First thing is, what kind of car you drive? Why does it matter? If we in a relationship,
that means you're not chasing real women.
I'm not saying a man's chasing that woman. I'm saying why women can't keep a man, because that's what women do. They make it hard on themselves, and they make it hard for the good men that's out there.
That again, I think, is coming from a specific woman, not women in general.
It's a lot,
because there's a lot of women out there. I'm telling you, you gotta broaden that horizon.
Where?
That they are.
Where?
Most women.
I want to know where they are.
Right
now. Right now. I want to know where they're. Give me addresses, names. I need to know. It's for research.
He love. Oh,
you need a love connection?
He do. Yeah, then he need a love connection. Chef, what the hell are you doing, Chef?
He's looking for these women.
No.
You know what? Here, let's do a flip reversal here for a second.
Okay.
So supposedly all these women are out here and they have these high expectations, blah blah blah, yada 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 yada. I'm a bigger girl. My expectations was I'm never going to find someone that's going to like me or love me because I don't look like Barbie. But my thought process was wrong. So your thought process could
A lot
be
of men
wrong
could have told you
thinking-
wrong. Could have told you that was wrong too.
Well, it took me a long time to figure that out.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
It's okay.
Sorry.
But yeah, I mean that it's the same thing. It's that mentality that was drilled into us. So they may be acting like that, but that's because that's the mentality they were raised into. Like, I deserve this, I need this, I need that. That's not every woman, and that's not every man. That's what I have learned.
I said most. I say most.
Like for me, I mean, our big shiny house is nice, yes. But do you know where my ideal place would be to live at?
Mm-mm.
I would love to just have like a simple little
Africa.
farmhouse
In a van down by the river. No.
and a
Sorry.
van.
You're in a van
Government cheese.
down by the river.
No, like my uncle's house down in Tennessee that got like sold after he passed. That would be my ideal place to live. It was out in the middle of nowhere, and it was just a simple little country like house. So everyone's expectations of what they want are different. And if those women want those big fancy houses and they want the fancy man, bitch, get off your ass and earn it. Don't expect that shit to be handed to you.
Right.
But earn it how? Are you saying to go out and make the money and then go get that stuff, or are you saying to be ladylike and like find a man and then make the man her life and take care of him
Work
that
on
way?
yourself. Like if that's what you want, build that into yourself so you attract that.
Okay.
Be deserving of those things.
Now I just
But
want
Don't
but
expect
a
them
bunch
just
of
to be
girls feel
handed
like they
to
deserve
you.
that anyway.
just
Well,
wanna
those again
point
are
out-
girls, not women.
I just want to point out something right quick. Now, when I say unreasonably high expectations, I don't mean to not have expectations at all.
Mhm.
Everybody should have expectations. I'm talking
Absolutely.
about unreasonable, unrealistic expectations. You know what I'm trying to say?
Because
Like-
that
like-
is what society has programmed into
Like
us.
my man needs to make $1.2 million in order to just be with me, and that person's
Exactly.
like in the
Exactly.
hole. Like
So
why?
let me ask you this question, Amy. When a person say, you know how when you talk about a man or a woman, you know, when you talk about a relationship, they say checking off the boxes. What does that mean to you?
So, again, it's different for me because I'm a vibe over visual kind of person.
Well, we didn't say either or. I said checking off the boxes.
No,
so
no,
it
I
can
know.
be
But
vibes.
my box is gonna be. I mean, I don't mind if you have hair or don't have hair. So that's not a thing for me.
She said the box, and you saw hair, no hair. What the?
It don't matter to me. So it's hard for me with looks. Like to.
We're already done with that
categorize
sexual talk, Des. you're
It's
regressing.
hard for me because I don't like. Here's what I like. I like dad bods.
I think that was made up by women. I think that dad bods. I think all the hot girls are like, we like dad bods, so that way you guys will get all fat and gross and everything, and then they're
I've
like,
been
"Ain't
a
shit."
dad bod, like chubby facer my whole life. I have never like.
One second, Amy.
Yeah.
Chef said
I'm
he
about
about
to
to go.
head up out of here, guys. I will reach out to you, D-Dub, and Amy. I will reach out to you guys.
Bye.
Definitely would love to have you
All right.
guys on it. I'll
Be
make
good.
sure I have y'all boy on with the show with me too. I want to make sure y'all feel safe. I don't want y'all to feel like I'm just trying to attack y'all. So
Whatever the
I
hell.
don't
he's
know
talking
if you
about.
get too spiritual. I'm probably gonna start singing.
Spirit.
well,
Yeah,
I mean,
hold on,
that's
Amy.
what he does.
No. Amy, have you ever seen my podcast?
I have not.
Okay, check it out.
It's a lot of God.
Hey, D, you saw my podcast?
I've seen a couple, yeah.
Yeah, it's conversations, the real
Yeah.
live conversations.
It's
Yeah,
not bad.
It's faith based, but what happens is we have
He
conversations.
only know how to talk. He only talk about two things:
What?
marriage and God. That's it.
Nah,
Yeah.
but when I have a guest, we talk. I talk with you. I talk to you. You know what I'm saying? And when you leave, you definitely will be encouraged. It's not. I don't talk negative. I don't. There's no. And look, I say this. There's no cursing. None of that stuff. It's just a real conversation with my co-host, and it's just we having a real conversation. Like I spoke about abortion before. You know what I'm saying? That's a tough topic to talk about, but I didn't talk about it to where it makes somebody feel bad. I'll talk about the circumstance, the situation, and what can occur from it. That's about it. You know what I'm saying? So those type of conversations we have. It ain't no bring out the Bible. No, it's not that. Because guess what? That turns people off.
You're not trying to convert people.
Nah.
No, I didn't say that's what your podcast was, but I was just saying if the spirit starts to move, and I get a little excited still.
Oh, okay.
Hey, man, you always get excited. That's why you got a little excited on this episode.
I know. I like it. I love it. But listen, I'm gonna get out of here because I already said I'll see you guys.
All right, Chef.
All right.
Stay awesome.
Yep. You too, brother.
All right, bro.
All right, man.
And then there was 3. Eventually. Now there's 3.
Yeah, now there's 3.
Now there's 3. We're dwindling. What are you doing to us, Des?
It's crazy how we get so derailed when we have multiple people. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And China did hit me back, but shit, we ain't staying on here too much longer. She had texted me and told, "Oh, if you guys still on, I'll jump back on." I'm like, man, got a little bit more, and that's it.
Yeah, it's already a 2 hour.
Yeah. But so I wanted to say this, right? It is impossible for a good man to show up in a woman's life, right? If that woman feels like it's no such thing as a good man. If they don't believe in a good man, how can they expect a good man to show up? You hear me, Amy? You look at your phone?
That sounded like an accusation. It's like, you hear me, Amy?
You know, sad thing is that's kind of like real life. Like, did you hear me? Be like, huh?
Huh?
I have a little bit of ADHD.
It's all good. But did you hear what I said though? It's okay if you look at your phone, but I was just saying. Huh?
She's whispering. Say it again. Repeat.
Say it again.
Repeat.
What I said.
Repeat it.
Oh, so what I was saying was, it's impossible for a good man to show up in a woman's life if the woman feel like it's no such thing. If a woman don't believe it's a good man, she can't expect a good man to come into her life. You agree with that? I mean, because that's basic math. That's basic mathematics right there. If you don't believe in something, you can't expect it to show up. You will never see it. You can't see what you don't believe.
I wouldn't say that I don't believe in it because I believe that there is. I have proof that there is good men out there. But like I never doubted that there wasn't. I just had realistic expectations that it may take a while to find that person.
Sometimes you never find that person, which is also a realistic thing.
And that, I mean, it makes me sad, but yeah, I mean,
yeah, I always hear there's what is it? Plenty of fish in the sea, or there's somebody for everyone. That's none of that. Unfortunately, I'm jaded. I don't believe any of that. Because you know what else is in the sea? Garbage.
That's
Sharks. And then is there one person for everyone? No. Sometimes there's 5 people for one person and 0 for another person.
Wait,
I know.
Very
pessimistic. What? Des, really? God, you just... What you been drinking? What you been drinking, man?
No.
Where are you from?
Who?
Where am I from? Oh, DW?
DW.
I'm from Jersey.
Yeah, he's from Jersey.
From North Jersey originally, but now I'm South Jersey. Why?
You like to travel?
Do I travel? I travel all over the country.
Uh-oh.
Just making
What
some
is
mental
happening?
No.
Oh, shit.
I am not a passport bro. Is
I'm
that where you were going with that? Or were you just telling me to take a hike?
No, God, no. 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 I just...
You don't have a dad bod.
I'm not the one I was thinking about.
Oh, my God. What is happening today? It's a full moon?
We'll talk later.
Meet me after the show.
in the back alley. On the quad at 3 p.m. No. This has gone off the rails, Des. We need to put this back on the
Really
rails.
has.
I'm just saying.
I mean, at 2 hours, it's no getting back on the rails. You know what I'm saying?
Now it's just degeneracy. That's it. This is what's going to get you the views, the degeneracy.
Right now, it's just fun. It's all fun right now. That's it. I mean, I did have a couple of new viewers tonight, and it was like, "Oh, it's my first time. You guys are great." He's like, well, one person said, "We don't let each other speak, though. That's something we got to work on." Somebody did mess with me there, but
was it you? Were you the one who said that?
Who, me?
Yeah, it was a joke. But isn't this a conversation? Yeah. Aren't we supposed to conversate? Conversation is back and forth, not monologuing.
I think that's what ticked Amy off earlier a little bit. She's like, "Can I actually finish?" I was like, "Oh shit!" She better get out the whip.
She did.
No, I don't mind like if people are like talking over each other, but I kind of felt like it was like, and I'm like, okay, not safe.
She did the most correct thing. She reasserted her boundary of not to walk over me. I'm going to finish what I was talking about. Good job, Amy. Good job.
I felt like I was a child getting scolded. Oh, see?
See?
No, yeah. Amy. She's I guess it's a good thing that you. I mean, that don't make sense. You a wild card. She's wild in Indiana, huh?
Wild in Indiana.
How did Florida go? Did you ever go to Florida?
So rescheduled. Going in December now.
December. Oh, yikes!
Oh, and you're gonna snowbird it.
Well, and actually, it's not going to be in Florida this time. It's because the competitions change every season. So instead of being in Florida, now I will be going to North Carolina.
North Carolina. Oh, you said December?
Yep, December 9th through the 12th.
Oh no, so we ain't gonna see each other then. I was about to say because I'll be in North Carolina. I'm probably gonna go like September, October though. But you said December, so
I'll be so busy while
you
I'm there.
You suck. Why are you laughing? No, I was just saying she suck. So yeah, a lot of players got fucked up, man. I was supposed to go to Tennessee this month, but I'm looking to do Tennessee. I don't know, man. I don't know what I'm gonna do now because got to make sure the money's there and stuff. Because it's supposed to be like 3 trips a year, man. One trip was always got to be North Carolina because my family is down there. So I got to see my dad. He up there in his 70s, so I gotta see him when I can and talk to him when I can, which is like terrible because I'm bad at that. Like I should have called him a long time ago. I had a couple missed calls like a month ago and never called him because it's hard, especially when you work and you'll say, "Oh, I'll call him tomorrow," and then tomorrow you wake up and it's like you try to have some me time before work. It's hard.
There is no time like the present.
Yeah.
The moment you say "I should," no, and you should change that into "I'm going to," and then you make your own priorities.
So, DW,
yo,
what's going on with the in-person studio? I need.
So it's painted and everything. I just have to I gotta just finish up. I would say it's about a week or 2 of stuff, but it's all together. Like it's painted and everything. It smells, but it smells like paint. But it's all together.
I was about to say,
no, it smells like paint. I mean, but
I'm gonna kidnap Amy and bring her to the in-person show. No Diddy though. No Diddy. It's a lot of
No Diddy. No. There's windows. There's windows. So don't worry.
There's an escape route.
Yeah.
Wow. Diddy about to get acquitted though, man. The prosecution team they not proving nothing. They try to somebody some baby oil.
Yeah, because he's got the money. Come on.
What'd you say about the baby oil?
He slipped the right person some baby oil.
Yeah, baby oil parties.
Amy got the rest of the baby oil though. That's the craziest thing. Put her ass in timeout. This is crazy. But yeah, so yeah, Amy, that's something we've been working on, so we can have some. I'm still gonna do this, but we're gonna have some in person, which is gonna be a different experience. So I'm just waiting on him to clean this.
I've never been to
nasty
Jersey,
old-
so
See, there you go. You ain't gonna want to go back though. It's a different lifestyle out here.
What, in Jersey?
Yeah.
Where were
it's
you at?
different than all the pumpkins and the
she's-
football.
She in Indiana. The pumpkins in football. What?
You're in Indiana.
I'm in Indiana.
Oh, I'm sorry. No.
Me too.
New
Yeah.
Jersey's not great either, but you know what?
Stop it.
It's like the Stockholm syndrome, like you said. It's just we just got used to it. So we're
I
whatever.
was born in this state. It's forever gonna be my state. New Jersey is great.
Of course, it's my favorite state to hate. But I will defend it when I go out to places. They're like, "Oh, you're in Jersey," and I'm like, "Screw you." And I'm like, "We're the I'll stab you state." Okay.
Oh shit! I can't say that as a black man. I can't say that. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I can get away with a little bit more, but maybe.
Shit, that's crazy.
That's a whole nother episode. That's a whole different episode.
Yeah.
That one's gonna get
Well,
is demonetized. We're gonna be blocked.
Amy come to Jersey. She gonna be like, I'm not going back to Indiana, even though the Pacers about to win. This, they
That's
about to
bullshit.
win.
She's gonna clamor to go back to Indiana. She's gonna be like, these people are fucking nuts.
You like to drive, Amy? Because we tend
Do
to
you like
drive-
traffic? Do you
Yeah.
like traffic? Because that's all we
You
have.
said, do you like traffic? As long as I have some good music.
Do you like nonsense roads? Because we got a lot of those too.
Have you
We
been
got
to
some
Indiana? Almost everything's under construction.
Yeah, here too. And most of the time it don't reopen. Oh wait, we have sinkholes. So we have a lot of sinkholes where you just don't have a road.
Don't try to scare the girl. New Jersey is great. How
said
could
New
Jersey not
Jersey's
be great? And I'm
New Jersey's
Jersey
great.
not
We
be-
have Des. We're about to find out what type of person you are. We have pork roll. We have pork roll. What do you mean is it Taylor ham? Is it
Yeah.
Taylor ham or is it pork roll? You,
Huh?
Des.
Oh, I was like, I don't know.
oh
Either one.
She won't know. Do we have Taylor ham or do we have pork roll sandwiches? Are they Taylor ham sandwiches or pork roll sandwiches?
I mean, it's pork roll.
You're about to get a lot of hate mail from a lot of people because a lot of people will be like, no, they're Taylor ham sandwiches.
White people.
People.
White people.
There is a divide in New Jersey on whether or not it is pork roll or Taylor ham.
White people. I know.
No white people. Why you got to do that? If you keep separating us, we will never unite. It's white
I am-
people. People.
I'm on here with two white people. I'm well united.
So and then there's the sub sandwich. There's a grinder. There's a hoagie. We got all sorts of stuff.
See.
What would you call it?
This is stuff that fancies y'all. Like for me,
No, this is North Jersey, South Jersey. This is New York. This is just the whole area.
to me, it's just a sub. I don't call them hoagies.
Right. Okay, but if you go to North Jersey, like Jersey City, and you say, I want a sub, they will turn their head real slow at you. And they're going to be like, you better run.
Oh man.
How about
Yeah,
this?
yours.
We go somewhere. I will just have you order for me.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Like, there's an out of towner.
That's terrible.
Them's people ain't from here.
Hey,
Them some out of towners.
Oh god. Hey,
Get 'em.
guys. All right, so guys, I'm about to end the live. We can stay back if you guys want to.
We can do
That is
backstage.
going to conclude today's live episode.
I don't think we got any more comments.
To support, continue to watch, like, share, comment, all that good stuff. We're out of here, and you guys can stay backstage.